Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to a sun-kissed Darley Park on one of the savoured days on the Australian calendar. It's the Anzac Day celebration, commemoration, take your pick. And ahead of us this afternoon is the annual local derby between Darley and Bacchus Marsh. They're second and third on the ladder respectively. Really looking forward to this clash. The ground's in super nick. The overhead skies, you couldn't ask for more. They're blue and sunny. Slight breeze to the right of screen, favouring the Bacchus Marsh end over towards the pigeon sheds, if you're familiar with it. But if not, right of screen to the pocket. We'll sum that up. Laid out for Bacchus Marsh, which is unfortunate. Key defender Will Lawler not taking his place this afternoon, and Darley remain unchanged from their Thursday night selections. Has welcomed Fridge for another chapter in this local derby, where whilst Darley have won 7 of the last 10, there's really been much between the two sides, Fridge, regardless of ladder position.
Certainly right, Todd, and today will be no different as being competitive and a hard game of footy.
It's a scattered FNL schedule across the Anzac weekend, just the one other game being played in unison with this one down here in the east. So one game up there at Alverton Oval. Ballarat will host the Lakers, and we did tip on Wednesday night on the presser. The Swans should do it comfortably, Fridge.
Yeah, you'd think so, Todd. They're in a building phase, Lake Wendouree, and Ballarat will be seething off the loss to Sebastopol, and yeah, they'll come up trumps today.
Twilight games. Sebastopol host Redan, Sunbury host Melton, and tomorrow live stream with full commentary from 2 p.m. North Ballarat host East Point at Mars Stadium. So really looking forward to what's to unfold in front of us here this afternoon. We'll just take a quick break ahead of the Anzac Day ceremony before all the action unfolds. And a big afternoon of FNL action live from Darley Park. Oh, they do it so well here at the local level. The Anzac ceremony, gee, you could hear a pin drop and just the quiet sounds of a baby, albeit about 3 months old, in the background. But that would have been about it. Fridge and a moving tribute to a worthy cause now in its 111th year.
Oh, look, there's no better day to see both clubs come together and line up with their under-18s, reserve players, netballers and senior players to honour the diggers that fought so hard for this country, Todd.
Yeah, past and present. Whilst given we're up in the Darley New Social Club behind the glass, we can't really get a picture of just the enormity of the crowd here on the members' side. Just a sea of yellow, red and black and white, and the anticipation of a rip again on a beautiful day in front of us.
Well, I must say that it's like being at the Crown Towers in this commentary position, Todd, because this is the creme de la creme where we're commentating from. We're behind the glass and we've got an air-conditioned area. It's sitting at 20 degrees and, yeah, you couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, things have gone every bit right from the moment you walked in, Fridge, as you requested from all clubs on Wednesday night on the presser, the team list.
Tick.
Delivered.
Massive tick.
And you walked in with the brown paper bag. I could just tell by the oil stains on it there wasn't a brown paper bag full of cash, mate. So they haven't run out of pies yet.
Well, Dan Jordan gave me the tip on Wednesday night and said you may want to get to the canteen before half time. So I took his advice and got there as I walked in the gate, and massive tick for the canteen. Well organised, well run, and I like it that they put the table around the corner where you can go and get the soy sauce and the sauce, so that you're not in the way and you're not holding up the queue. Big tick.
Indeed. So 3 ticks for the Fridge on the hospitality shown by the Devils. And, of course, the Australian flag once at half-mast during the ceremony is now flying a flag atop of that flagpole, which is adjacent to the old grandstand here at Darley Park, with the breeze, if you've just joined us, favouring the forward pocket to the scoreboard or pigeon shed Bacchus Marsh end.
Well, as the ceremony and everything unfolded, I could 10 out of 10 because there was no audio difficulties, there was no crackling, no noises in the background, so it's gone off with a bang, and hopefully the game will go off with a bang too, Todd. Just
one change for Bacchus Marsh. Will Lawler out of the side. In comes Aidan Blaine. So I imagine, given my minimal history and the late call-up of Blaine, having not been able to do too much homework on the newcomer, Fridge, I imagine, a tall for a tall.
Yes, and Todd, I'm not quite 100% sure because the numbers don't correspond sometimes to the record, but I was told that Blaine was going to play, but I can't seem to see him out there, but I'll get that corrected and find out in due course through the commentary. Yeah,
can't wait for this clash. They've been close over the last 7 or 8 years, regardless of ladder position. But currently second and third, so both sides doing enough well to suggest they can come into today's match with a degree of confidence.
Oh, look, you look at the Darley side and they're possibly nearly at full strength, Todd, without their VFL listed affiliated players. I don't know, there's a couple that are missing. So, and I look at the Marsh side, they've probably got 6 of their best that, would probably be in their best 22 due to injury. So they get them back, a few of them. And they've put Salmon in the side today for a bit of speed around the ball. It's going to be a hard effort to be able to conquer the midfield maestros, I call them 3 that are in the middle. The ruck contest will be interesting, whether they go with Tanner or a Cadman or maybe a Myers. The matchups are going to be interesting. I'd like to see the keg in George to see how he goes today, second up. And I think the weather conditions, this time of the year being quite warm, fitness will have a big toll at the end of the day.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth, Fridge. Survival of the fittest on a good deck, especially given the new rules in between the arcs. So a free kick awarded to the opposition, given last disposal. And so we're not far off a start here. Both sides on the ground. No toss to speak of yet. So we'll give you guys some time to fill up your beverages and toast to the Anzacs ahead of the next chapter of the local derby. It's Bacchus Marsh on the road today, taking on the Almighty Devils, who have won their last 22 on the trot. A break and back with the opening centre ball up in around 5 minutes' time. Welcome to BFNL's match of the round. It's the annual Anzac Day fixture between Darley and Bacchus Marsh. The Cobras will kick with the breeze, or the aid of the breeze, in the opening turn to the Bacchus Marsh end and all right of screen. Matthew Brett has got the match up on Jake Owen. Stick with us right throughout the afternoon. It's second v third. The proud crosstown rivalry. Another chapter about to unfold. It'll be Gertz in the ruck against Tanner. Gertz with the first tap to vacant space. Foot race on. McKercher, clever gather. Good tackle there from Hines. Slung him to the ground with the one arm. Loose ball opportunity here for both sides. Swarm of players around the footy. It's spat out to the Devils half forward line. Gathered by Tanner. Off the side of the boot. And Huxtable will get his first possession of the afternoon on true half back. It was a poor kick. In the middle of the ground, it was cut off there by Joel Cabin. He went short to Bewley and lowered the eyes to Baker to Hines. So the three mids combined. And they get the overlap to Darcy Matricati. He went forward, made it difficult for Johnson, who had to bend. It was more of a half volley than anything else. Vesti, the newcomer, did well. Quick hands. Kick from Griffiths was smothered. Open the door for the Devils. Look out, Edwards. Johnson, can he get on the right side? Tanner, cross the body. Is good enough. Cobras want touched. Devils want a goal. And the goal umpire obliges with the 2 fingers. The Devils get the first of the afternoon through Tanner.
Yes, orchestrated by those 3 fellas again, Hind, Baker and Bewley. And just a little bit unfortunate, this short kick to Johnson didn't reach its mark, but good heart fought and in that goal square with Tanner coming up, trumps with kick across the body.
Yeah, young Josh Huxtable, who's been in excellent form, averaging 27 disposals and near 7 score involvements a game, pushing up to half-back, and that kick was the catalyst of the turnover that resulted in the Devils' goal, and it took them the best part of 90 seconds to open their account. All beat into the breeze. We'll get a ball up. Tap one by Kurtz. Bewley somehow got boot to ball. It was a clever gather from Adam Azapati. He got it to Hind. White had a touch of the fumbles. It was well read off the hands there by Craig. He went with the right boot, tumbling onto that to an open forward line. But it's all the Devils who'll do the mobbing up through Lahoure. Just needs to sit for him, the former Cobra. And he fed it by hand to Myers, who's been arguably the Devils' best in their opening 2 rounds. Right foot kick to the outer side. So too Duncan Cabin, who's featured in the best twice in as many outings. Kick was all right. It went through the hands of Hatcher. Loose ball opportunity for Gardner. Kick across the body was hurried. He had more time than he thought, but it's these kind of occasions that perceived pressure will creep in, especially early on in the game. High up and under kick. Didn't go the required from the Cobras. No one got a hand on it. Shaded the sharking. Fed it to Parente. Had to release the footy to Huxtable. Spin it before he had it. So a nervous start from Huxtable. We get a ball up in the middle of the ground.
Wasn't too clean there in Huxtable. Just a little bit fumbly. It would have been out if he had clean possession of that one, Todd.
Duncan Cadman, among a handful of rotations that will be required to contain or at least match it with Gertz in the ruck for periods. And we'll get a repeat stoppage on the attacking side of the middle of the ground for the Devils.
Some of the matchups, Shay on Baker, Hind has got ET and JP on Bewley.
Just the one other game going around the BFNL this afternoon. It'll be the Swans hosting the Lakers. We'll get you some update scores from quarter to quarter. 2 games tonight. Sebass hosts Redan and Sunbury v Melton. Ball up. Gertz won the tap. Huxtable, second effort, got it to Shea. His hand pass was cut off there by Duncan Cabin, who wanted the high, but was denied by the umpire. And we'll get a ball up. So, not dissimilar to the last handful of derbies, the game has opened up with a considerable number of stoppages as Gertz won that tap, tried to knock at the advantage of Huxtable. Now, that was a bit of bend and gather from the talented young player. Left foot kick to half forwards, been cut off there by Myers, who fed it by hand to Bewley, who had to sidestep around Owen and committed. And the kick didn't let him down and found Darcy Matricati comfortably in front of Craig, who's forced to stand given the new rule, and he kicked it wide to the advantage of Hatcher. And he's caught and in trouble. It's holding the ball. Good decision from the umpire. And another forward entry for the Cobras imminent, albeit a minimal number in these opening couple of minutes. Another poor kick. Matthew Brett touch of the fumbles, but his second effort gather had it knocked away from him. Nixon skew-if kick to an open space. Huxtable, Owen gathered, taken to the ground. Good pressure from the Devils' defence from Zane Lahoure on that occasion, and we'll get a ball up.
Jake was just a split second there too early because Huxtable was on the run facing goal and could have been a goal there, Todd.
Tap one by Gertz. Parente wanted a hold. Bewley behind him. Both went to ground at the end. We get a swarm of players around the footy, and not for the first time. We'll get a ball up, this time 20 metres away from the Bacchus Marsh goal. Gertz, second tip to himself, swinging a miss by foot. Darley got some numbers. He was pinged for incorrect disposal. And Duncan Cadman will take the resultant free kick, and he'll go lateral to Zane Lahoure, wide in the pocket, who doesn't want to risk the ball to an outnumber forward. So he played the safe card and went back to Myers. So a bit of wax on, wax off from the Devils' defence.
Happy to be patient and just chip the ball around, Todd.
So Matthew Brett, not in a rush on the defensive side of the ground. Normally a beautiful kick. This one no exception. Beyond half back. Glasgow at the back who attempted to fly, but Tanner, confidence up on the back of that goal in the opening 90 seconds. Took a clean grab and went long to half forward. McKercher, one of the holders, attack on the footy was good enough to get a rebound off the chest and over the line for a boundary throw-in on half forward out of side for the Devils. So a couple of speeds just going head-to-head, McKercher and Hind. That'll be a good experience for young McKercher on how to best utilise his speed. Gertz, ball at ground level and a copy-paste stoppage. The umpire's getting plenty of the footy in the opening few minutes, Fred.
He's had plenty of possessions, Todd. There's 3 of them out there, so.
Well, you'd reckon one of them would get pinged for a throw. Ball up. Ground ball opportunity. That was better from Huxtable, and the smother was equally good there from White, which sort of changed the momentum of the footy, but it somehow fell back into the hands of Huxtable. Looked a little bit sore momentarily. Now McKercher got on the end of the hand pass from Parente. Gee, that kick with the outside of the right boots, letting a few sides down in the opening couple of rounds. And Freeman has been pinged. And a free kick's going to go the way of Shea. He's just asking his co-conspirators to just slow down momentarily. I mean, if he kicks this, Shea, fair income, I'll jump out the window.
You're lucky these windows don't open up. Todd.
Yes, indeed. So he'll go short. He'll chip it up to Freeman. And Joel Freeman, who's a beautiful kicker, the footy on his day, will have a deliberate shot on goal here from, well, about 45 metres as Zane Lahoure will stand the mark at 40. A chance here for the Cobras to get their opening score of the game in the 8th minute of this local derby.
Good vision by Shea there, just to honour up the lead. Got to finish off.
Freeman, sort of proppy approach, and right, and always right. So
had absolutely no momentum, just ticky step, do. That was it. No fluency in the run-up.
Correct. Myers to the outer side. Speaking of fluency, that was the perfect example to Brett, and you know, it was like with a little 8-iron that he kicked at 45 metres, Fridge, who found Brett, who got it towards Joel Cadman, who's wearing the number 5 this year. Same as his brother Aaron at the GWS AFL level. Kick cut off there by Griffiths. It was good last week, but it was a poor kick. Turnover in the middle of the ground, not for the first time today. Younger went to Inglis, back into the side today. Back to Bewley. He's had a bit of it. Squaring kick found Baker, who came broadcast or members' side. Foot race on. Now Craig's got some toe. Johnson's got some nows, but here come the reinforcements. Somehow Johnson ended up with it and went forward with the long kick, but the ball was always left and
Johnson's
never looked like a goal.
Johnson's now won the ball, Todd, so...
Yeah, the hair of the tortoise. Yeah. But with all respect to Johnson, he's quite quick off the mark, but Craig certainly got some toe, and he got on the end of that kick back into play for the Cobras. He went back to Griffiths and was good last week, but stiff not to be named in the best from the Cobra camp. So he went to Gates, who went back to Griffiths, a thumping kick. That one, good example. Penny at the back, couldn't win a bit early. Ground ball, umpire called, play on. They've got to work it out here, the Devils, through Andy Azzopardi. Sweeping hand pass from Matthew Brett to Nick Hind. Standing start, right foot kick. Glass got the fly. Got an excellent spoil on the footy. Came worse off for wearing that aerial, but courage personified. And the Cobras, the beneficiaries through Gates, who went to outer centre wing. But another poor kick out of half back from the Cobras has been cut off there by Billy Myers. Parente will equal the turnover. Send it your way, I'll send it back the other. So a bit of wax on and wax off between the arcs on both sides. Parente kept running and Owen sort of stopped and propped. One of the favourable bands didn't get one. And then flopped forward, didn't get the free, and we'll get a ball up 50 metres away from the Cobra goal.
Better movement of the ball by the Bacchus Marsh boys.
Parente linking up a couple of times in the chain. He's been playing senior footy since the age of 15, and he's got the task of Bewley today. And he got to Edwards on the bounce, who got it to Bewley, who got the second link in that chain. He went along to Johnson. Stretch was good, couldn't hang on. Not out of the woods yet, the Cobras. And there's a swarm of players around the footy. And we'll get a ball up 20 metres away from the Darley goal.
Body work of Johnson was really good on Vesty there. He had it all but in his hands, Todd.
Ball up. Gertz come from a mile back, but Johnson contested on his own. His tap only went as far as Vesti with a clearing kick out of defence. Umpire called play on. He said it must have been touched off the boot. And Canning just forced to apply the pressure on Joel Cadman to square away a stoppage. And we'll get a ball up on half forward for the Devils. Tap one by Gertz, nearly as good as a kick. Dribbling ball to outer centre wing, but it's all Darley. Joel Cadman. High right foot kick, rebound kick, shallow entry inside 50.
Good spoil.
Glass got at the back with a disciplinary punch. So he's had a couple of good spoils that would please the defensive coach. And Dennis Armfield in the opening 11 minutes of this match of the round. Gertz again, who's at ground level? Well, George was, and he fed it to Hind. Darley into attack. Johnson went early, could have infringed. Umpire called play on. Just looked a little awkward there from Johnson as he mistimed his run. Ground ball opportunity. Duncan Cadman, ferocious. Over the footy now. How will the umpire adjudicate?
Stoppage.
Well, they both came in and both had the same intent to enforce a ball up on half forward. So Duncan Cadman, Gertz won the tap. Bewley has had more of it than anyone in the opening couple of minutes. Dropped that, but obviously considered no prior from the umpire.
Yep.
True centre half forward here for the Devils. There'll be a ball up. Gertz won the tap again. Redwell there by George to Baker to Hind. Wide of the pocket. Over the head of Edwards and Griffiths. Bouncing ball close up against the boundary line. And the momentum of Edwards and a little nudge from Griffiths saw it over the line for a boundary throw in. 30 metres around from the Darley goal.
It's a bit of a 50-50 game at this point of time, Todd. Playing it in between the two arcs.
Yeah, the two sides seemingly handballing better than kicking at the moment. And Gertz, well, call that a kick as well. He stumped that about 30 metres. Canning kept his feet. Tried to find Locke, who did well. Fed it by hand to McKercher, who got it to Morgan. Back to McKercher. Kick was good. Freeman took a nice overhead mark. Wasted no time. Went with the long ball to Nixon. And good point of view there from Nixon. Just outpointed wide on that occasion. Protected the ball drop. And some good forward craft shown there from Nixon. And the first goal for the Cobras. Just seconds away, you'd think, from here near point-blank range. 13 minutes gone, opening term. Chance to level the scores.
Yes, you'd think from here, Todd, he'd be putting this one through, but funny things have happened.
He didn't miss in the warm-up, so he won't be missing this.
Oh.
He snuck it in, Nixon. And the Cobras get their first of the afternoon to square the ledger here at Darley Park.
Orchestrated by Luke Gertz with the big knock out of the ruck, finding ET, and then Joel hitting up in the centre of the ground, and that long bong gaining territory in that 50-metre zone to Isaac Nixon using his body, and very smart, and Julie grabbed the mark and went back and kicked the goal, Todd.
Well, Nixon's forward craft was good there. He was able to work out as the ball was in aerial motion where it was going to land, so he was able to stall, stop and prop and keep White away from the ball drop and marked it comfortably in the end. So a good response from the Cobras. Scores level, ball up, tap one by Gertz. It's just going to be an afternoon-long nightmare for the Devils, you'd think. It's all going to be about knockouts to advantage. Lucky to get away with that tackle. Ball up, Gertz grabbed this one out of the ruck, took them on and ran away onto the left boot. Shallow entry inside 50. Luck's a fortune, but when you play in front as a forward, it gives you every chance. And Jake Owen is just the complete forward. He'll go back and have a shot on goal here and a chance to kick the Cobras second in a minute.
Gertz took it on his ownership to just grab that out of the ruck and just whack it onto his boot. And like you said, Todd, good forwards always play in front.
So Owen with a deliberate shot here. He'll kick from just inside 50. As we tick 15 minutes into this opening term. Owen gets it done, sneaks it in for the Cobras. An important goal. And they get the lead here at Darley Park. 2-1-13 and their key forward in Jake Owen on the board. Darley 1-1-7.
15 minutes in the first quarter, and Darley possibly has had the majority of the play and hasn't been able to capitalise. And, just like a 3-minute period where Bacchus Marsh have kicked 2 goals and gained the ascendancy.
Momentum back with the Cobras. And all momentum with Gertz in the ruck. Tanner to compete. Gertz again, grabbed it out of the ruck. Just a bit of friendly fire
Pinged.
there. Nearly cleaned up his own man, but pinged in the end was Gertz. Just bit off more than he could chew. And Tanner did the disciplinary thing and went to Bewley. And why wouldn't you when you see a kick like that? And the younger presenter, he lowered the eyes. It was a beautiful kick off the boot. And it was obliged by Johnson, who got on the end of it. Not much best he could have done about that. So Gertz's real first error of the afternoon has resulted in that turnover, albeit conceding that free kick. But you can't deny Gertz the intent.
No, absolutely. And because if he just keeps tapping it, he's going to keep tapping it to those 3 Maestros all day, Todd. And what a good use of the footy of that young Reece Young, who turned around, wheeled around, and it was a nice kick to Johnson.
So Johnson's first deliberate shot on goal for the afternoon. A chance to square the ledger and get it back to 13 apiece.
Good kick.
He's pretty good in front of goal, Johnson, especially from a set shot. And he doesn't let his Devils party down. Scores back to level here. Most entertaining opening 20 minutes here at Darley Park. Sun shining, perfect deck. The local derby couldn't ask for much more. We've got a big crowd too in attendance, Fridge.
Well, they're lined up along the fence, and there's cars with the utes that are backed up, and blokes sitting on couches and chairs, and all the way along. It's sensational and a great day to have it, and the crowd is just massive in that grandstand area.
Back at the restart, Gertz won the tap. He got a second one again, but held up. And not to mention the Bacchus Marsh coaches box area there, sold out again, Fridge.
Yeah, no standing room.
It'll be Matt Riccardi, who fed the ball to Inglis. He's just come down from base camp. He might have altitude issues down here at Darley Park. As Bewley went with the left boot, shallow entry. Confidence up from Johnson with a clean bowled hand. In fairness, he did give cricket away a couple of years ago. And the ball went off hands and over the line for a boundary throw-in. They'll enjoy a moment in the shadows here at Darley Park. The Devils in attack, scores level.
It's a day resembling on the Gold Coast, Todd.
Indeed. Boundary throw-in. Gertz won that tap, only as far as Baker. It was taken to the ground there by Locke, and we'll get a ball up. Baker threw the ball at Locke, and you just can't get away with that.
Yes.
That's. Can you say that's immature from a mature player?
I wouldn't think it's immature from Luther. Well, he's what is he, 28?
That's
30?
what I mean. It was quite an immature decision from a mature player.
Yes.
Duncan Cadman will get it back. Luther Baker will breathe a sigh of relief. I do laugh at that when they throw the ball at the other player. It is quite comical, even though it's unlawful, really. Baker fed the ball by hand. Got it to Adam Azapati. His hurried kick. Barely went the required.
15.
Finlay got on the end of that 14.99 metre kick. Plays on, comes broadcast side. Gertz the target. He's got the height. Good team defence from the Devils. Duncan Cadman got the ground ball, and they're away here through Adam Azapati, who got it to Inglis.
Danger.
And his right foot kick goes deep into the forward line. Players fly. Ground level opportunity. Oh, it was good pressure there from the Devils. It just needs to sit up for Tanner. He had an eternity to gather because he fumbled it a couple of times and then was able to throw it onto the boot and kick a goal.
2 for the young lad. The VFL affiliated Javen Tanner for the Western Bulldogs, or Footscray, I should say.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much about that was Tanner's goal rather than no pressure from the Cobras. He was able to get a second and third grab at that as he... You know, when we talk about the clean types, you know, and you're just like, well, there's not much you can do about that. But there was a chance there for a Cobra to pounce as the big man bent, but not forthcoming, and they suffered the price.
Interesting. You got Penny playing forward today. He's usually playing at centre half back or across that back line, and he's playing forward today.
Ball up, tap one by Gertz. Went looking for Shea on that occasion. Couldn't find him. And the firm wicket here. And a green deck at that at Darley Park. It rebounded into the hands of Tanner, the opposing ruckman, before he was taken to the ground by Shea. Tap one by Duncan Cadman. And he found Shea. Can you believe it? Worked that out. Grab ball opportunity for Morgan, swarmed by Devils. Turnover opportunity if they can work it out through Adam Azapati to Joel Cadman to Bewley. Hind, attack on the footy was good. It was good effort there by Huxtable. Hind got it back. Inglis got a poor bounce. And it got over the line in the end. And we'll get a boundary throw in. True centre wing broadcast sign. Right in front of a very busy grandstand or barbecue bar area here at Darley Park. So that'll be good. So the sun on the ice to contest the ruck. It was still good enough to win the tap. He knocked it to the shadows, gathered there by Bewley. Nearly reached double figures already, Bewley. Went by hand to Joel Cadman. Good use of the body there by Tanner. Just didn't sit for him. His second effort was terrific with the tackle to square away a stoppage. And we'll get a ball up 50 metres away from the Darley goal.
Just at that stoppage there when Gertz, the three maestros were standing left-hand side to Gertz and he hit it straight to them.
Ball up. Oh, well, I did say he had the sun in his eyes on that occasion. We'll give him that one. Craig just had a little bit of a look and had the ball knocked away from him. Matricati was bowled over. Umpire called play on. Craig at the bottom of the pack will get a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing. Broadcast side for the Devils. Tap one by Gertz. Baker. McKercher. Broke the tackle, stood up into it. Well, the youngster fed it to Shea. He got it to Finlay with a tumbling kick. Chance for Jones on the left boot. High up and under kick. We'll get to about the 50. Tanner the fly. Got a spoil on the ball. And at ground level there was Huxtable who just chiselled the kick to Craig. And he'll steady the ship for the Cobras on half back. So Craig, that's a risky kick. Made it difficult, though, for Inglis, though. Kept it in front of him, showed every bit of experience, but he coughed it up the Nixon, fed it by hand. They got the overlap here. Kick went long there from Trousdale. It was a good kick and found Owen. Was able to out-manoeuvre Brett. That was a good kick to the advantage of Owen. He'll go back. And again, square the ledger here at Darley Park.
Yeah, good kick, playing off the back shoulder of Brett and lengthened the ground nicely so that kick could come in beautifully for him to take that mark, Todd.
Yeah, it was Morgan, in fact.
Yep.
So credit to Morgan for this potential goal assist. And Owen, who's got a pretty good record against the Devils over these 8 or so years at the club with the Cobras. A chance to get his second in the opening term.
Straight through.
Yeah, this one. No mistake. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. Cobras get their third. And we're back to an even ball game here. 3-1, 19 apiece. Tick over 23 minutes gone opening term.
A great start to this game, Todd. 3 goals apiece and both sides a little bit fumbly and their ball use ain't just actually spot on at this point of time, but that's due possibly to the pressure that they're receiving.
And just taking a look at the flaccid nature of the flag, you can score at both ends, Fridge, and Darley have proven that.
I don't think that'll be an excuse today, Todd.
No. And the last few visits here, it's been howling over to the pigeon sheds. Even the pigeons left town.
Well, there's no droppings on the roof. They must have abandoned over there.
No. they still flew past Mackie Park. Didn't bother stopping there either. Ground ball. Baker knocked it only as far as Gates. High up and under kick. Umpire will pay the mark. Jones with courage. Owen at the back. Got some good ball and body contact. Nixon. Loose hand pass. Hot footy. Parente. Good pressure. We'll get a ball up. 3-1, 19 apiece here at Darley Park. Beautiful sunny skies overhead. Gee, it'll get dark late. You'd think it'll be interesting whether they opt to turn the lights on at half time and go with a yellow footy.
Oh.
Free kick will go the Devils' way. It's going to come back to Hind. Inglis. I don't know what Hind was doing, though, but just presenting to be that free kick recipient. Short kick was good to Duncan. Cadman. We found Andy Azapati. He's got Matricati to the outside. He'll look to draw Craig and fed the ball to Matricati.
George.
He got it to George. Looked for a squaring ball with another one of those outside of the right boot kicks that didn't come off.
Huxtable.
And Huxtable will take the resultant free kick. He'll just chip it over the top to an unmarked Shea. Huxtable wanted the handball received, but was denied. And Shea elected to take the distribution by foot on himself. White gathered cleanly, read it well, and fed it by hand to Lahouray. He had a couple of devils to pick, and George said, well, I'll have it. So he attacked the footy and did well. Hand pass there from Hatcher, got it to Matricati, sent the ball towards the attacking 50. Ground ball opportunity here for Shea, who went to ground. Oh, excellent gather there from Hatcher. He just needs to, well, and then he just coughed it up in the end. So for all his good work, became an undoing fumble in the end, and we'll get a ball up 55 metres away from the Darley goal.
The pressure around the source is really, really good, Todd. You know, that's why they're fumbling and not so clean.
Yeah. Good observation, Fridge. Ball up. Freeman swinging a miss with the left hand. Adam Azzopardi held up by Parente, the vice-like grip. And we'll get another stoppage. Freeman, good use of the body, tried to grab it out of the ruck, stolen away by Parente in the end, though. Kick forward. Nixon at front spot, did everything but mark it in the end. Chaz Jones, ground level ball, did well, just needs to feed the ball by hand. Couldn't break the grip of Nixon. No prize, said the umpire, will get a ball up.
Both players' second efforts terrific there, Todd.
Yeah, the intent from both sides has been good, hence that fumbly nature, that perceived pressure. And indeed, genuine pressure is having an impact in this opening term, as will the mounting number of stoppages validate, Fridge. 19 apiece. Time on. Near 27 minutes gone opening term. No breeze to speak of now. Freeman grabbed it out of the ruck, swing onto the boot, didn't go the required, somehow stayed in. Quick hands from Shea, fed it to McKercher, he's got some toe, got the overlap with Nixon, tried to draw Penny.
Oh!
Solid bump. Umpire called play on. The Hooray and Owen were fierce at it. Umpire let it go, did the right thing. Matricati hassled by Morgan to the ground. We'll get a ball up. It's a hot footy in front of us here, Fridge.
Oh, he was fierce at the contest, Morgan.
You thought the Pies were hot. Check out this game at ground level at the moment.
I haven't even had a chance to have mine yet.
Ball up. Chance for Shea through traffic. Good clearance. All the Hooray did all but mark it at the end. Nearly lost his feet, but fed it by hand to Bewley, who took a running bounce through the middle of the ground, and a second, closed down there by Gates, but managed to get boot to ball with a clever little kick over the top. Hopeful for Andy Azzopardi, who didn't bend. Bewley got it back, fed it by hand, missed the target, meant for Edwards. Canning will be the beneficiary. Fed it with the left boot out wide towards Owen. It needs to sit for the big fella.
Good tap.
He just knocked it to the advantage. It was a clever play to Glascott. His hurried kick will be cut off by a swarm of devils. Adam Azzopardi, one of those, who went by hand to Matthew Brett, who got it to Hind, who with the outside of the right boot, kicked a ball meant towards Bewley, got a couple to beat. Somehow he did. He won that footy, Bewley. Fed it by hand to Andy Azzopardi. Gave it back to Bewley. He's got his pants pulled down, but not by the Cobras because he went long and good.
Unbelievable.
Well,
that's
all
all
I
can
explain. Super individual highlight from arguably the competition's best player.
Well, it had 7 efforts in it, Todd. That's what it was. 7 efforts.
Write that one down for your tagging of the highlights there, Connor. Brett Bewley. It was a super effort. Well, he missed the target meant for Edwards, and then he went again to Azzopardi, and then was forced to not only be the first, third, fifth link of the chain, but became the 7th and finished.
Well, got the handball off Lahouray, went through the middle, kicked, went and got his own footy, got it again, and got it again, and kicked a goal. Unbelievable.
No need to buy him a footy for Christmas. He's got plenty of those. Ground ball, Parente took on Hind. Released the ball. Found Huxtable, who's starting to accumulate, to Craig and Nixon. He's got some space and time to measure the kick. Deep forward. Excellent ball from Lahouray. Look at that boundary throw in adjacent to the Cobra behind post as we tick beyond the 29.5-minute mark of this opening term. It's the Devils who lead by 6 points in a good game of footy.
I suggest you'll never see an individual performance again like that this year.
Goal of the year candidate, Fridge.
Everything, the whole lot. Unbelievable.
Boundary throw in.
Unstoppable he was.
Gert's got front spot. Oh, he just did all but grab it. You knew he was going to have a pot shot too if he was clean, but he wasn't. Cadman was the beneficiary. Speaking of Duncan.
Attack. Johnson.
And a nice grab taken there by Johnson, who's a mile away from home. I'll speak of the goal. Just metres away from us here in the commentary spot, and he's just enjoying a moment in the shadows. He goes with a high kick just along the line. Tanner flew, good spoil there from Gates. Ground ball opportunity, good pressure there from Bewley on young Locke. The kick was skew if, and Milburn will be the recipient of this rebound opportunity for the Cobras.
Let's hope he gets a clean kick away here, Todd, because last week he had a shocker.
So, Milburn, no pressure.
Better.
Drilled the kick. It'll be good confidence builder for Milburn, who found Locke. We'll go along the line with a kick towards half forward. Kurtz at the back, good pressure on Duncan Cadman. White fed the ball, was hopeful rather than anything else. So siren sounds for quarter time here. In the most entertaining opening term, both sides had their moments in a game, in a seesawing affair that ended up with Darley with their noses in front. 4-1-25 the Devils, Bacchus Marsh 3-1-19. Fridge, you got the goal scorers.
For the Devils, 2 to Javen Tanner, 1 to Bewley, 1 to Johnson, and for Bacchus Marsh, 2 to Owen and 1 to Isaac Nixon.
Pretty even game of footy. It hasn't been the most efficient game that we've seen, but pressure levels higher than the efficiency at the moment, Fridge.
Well, I'd say it's had its peaks and troughs this game, Todd. There's been some really good passages and some ordinary passages because of the pressure that's being applied by both sides.
Yes, a couple of the Cobra entries they made to made their resultant shots on goal look easy in the end with some good forward craft into an open forward line with some good ball movement. Whilst at the Darley end, Younger hit up on Johnson was a big tick, and that goal, that coast to coast goal where Bewley represented 4 or 5 links in the chain to finish it off. He's been clearly Darley's best in that opening term. The Devils lead by 6 points. We're going to rip a game unfolding in front of us. We'll get a score from you in the Ballarat Lakers game when we return after a 5-minute break to plenish the vocal cords.
Forward and he plays on quickly, goes inside 50. Pack will fly. Darley with the numbers back, good spoil. Oh, they're back off the ground, comes back to Joyce. Oh, he's did it clip the post? What a goal! We don't have a huck up for us, there's no one. Goes on to that right boot and Ruckman Tom Brown has drifted forward. He plays on quickly, snap towards goal. It's wrong, it's rolling. He hasn't, has he? He has! Tom Brown!
Welcome back to Darley Park over a most entertaining opening term. A seesawing affair that ended with Darley with the advantage by a slender 6 points. Update score out of Alverton Oval. Lake Windaree 3-8-26. Lead Ballarat 2-3-15. So
That's a surprise.
a good start for the Lakers.
Interesting. 11 scoring shots to 5, Todd.
I can't imagine there being a great breeze up there in Ballarat either. But, yeah, they're on their way to posting their highest score of the season, Lake Windaree, by half-time. Siren sounds to get played away for the second term. Darley kicking to the right of screen. Gertz has been a dominant feature in the ruck. He won that tap, got it to Parente, gathered cleanly, released the ball by foot. Shallow entry inside 50. Freeman presented, took a nice mark on the chest. And not paid by the umpire. Said it hit the deck, much to the chagrin of Freeman, who just sort of lobbed the ball back along the ground of the umpire.
Trevor Chappell style.
Yeah, he couldn't have got a 6 off that. Ball up, speak of a goal. But anyway, ground ball. Chance for Bewley. He got it to Baker. Clearing left foot kick. Territory gain, bouncing ball. Gates. Excellent tackle there from Tanner, but hung on to him for too long, said the umpire, and Gates will do the rebounding off half back. Went short. Salmon into the side today, dropped what he should have taken, but his follow-up work was terrific, so some good confidence there. Huxtable been busy in the opening term. Well, lower the eyes. It was a lazy kick, made it difficult for Owen. It was a poor kick. Baker, excellent ground ball gather. Inglis got it over to Joel Cabin, who drew the man and the umpire in the end. But Matthew Brett will get on the end of it, chance to steady the ship. And he went wide. That's a poor kick. Vesti will mark this unmarked. Dangerous. Turnover. Well, that's a sling and throw. That should have been 50 metres. Oh, he had to come back around the mark there. So a couple of misses there from the umpire. And the kick went forward. Somehow Gates got a hand on that, or it bounced off Tanner's chest. We've got a ground ball. We'll get a ball up 25 to 30 metres away from the Darley goal. So Darley were lucky, or unlucky, not to get a 50 for that that throw of Duncan Cabin to the ground. So when he retrieved the ball, he just continued the play. And then the Cobras were disadvantaged. Snap out of nowhere from Andy Azzopardi. Across the face. Loves a goal. Averages a goal a game, does Andy, over the last 2 seasons.
Always good for one, Todd.
And a rare blemish for the Devils this afternoon. And the scorers, mind you, because they've given it to Bacchus Marsh. So Gates went wide to Milburn, who lowered the eyes. Kick meant for Freeman. Just needed to give it a little bit more air. Just wait the kick, allow Freeman to run onto it. Hind with some toe. Huxtable wanted out of bounds. Salmon applied the pressure as if he was migrating. And we'll get a boundary throw in on half forward out of sight for the Cobras.
A couple of wasted opportunities by the Marsh in that couple of minutes there. Errant kicks going to the opposition.
Throw in. Gertz won the tap. Parente got the second tap. Lock leading into the race for the ball. Alongside, guess who? Brett Bewley. We'll get a boundary thrown on half forward out of side for the Cobras.
He would have accumulated at least 14 or 12 possessions in that first quarter, Todd.
Yeah, it was a dominant display. Throw in. Tap one by Gertz. Chance for Cadman. Fitted by Andy Azzopardi, who absorbed the tackle of Locke and then handballed the ball out of bounds. So he didn't quite work out the way Andy Azzopardi wanted that to. And given the new rule, it's resulted in a free kick. We'll go to Salmon. So he'll just sit it up high and allow Morgan to run onto it. He couldn't hang on. Freeman with the shark. His hand pass only went as far as wide. He's under the pump. He's forced to release the ball. Hind was clever. And he got it over towards Lahure. He's tick found Andy Azzopardi. He's had an impact in this second term. Tanner lowered the eyes, went to Inglis on half forward. Good frontal pressure there from Vesti, but Inglis kept the ball running. They're queuing up here, the Devils. And Johnson will get on the end of it and kick a goal. Gee, that was just a flood of Devils moving forward. And, that outnumber was just too much for the Cobras to contain. And the Devils get the first goal of this second term. They're 5-2-32. They lead Bacchus Marsh 3-1-19.
You can see the flow of players running forward to the goal from Darley. And it was sticking out like you know what, Todd.
Yep. Agreed.
Just the numbers that ran forward when that ball come off the feed out by Bewley.
Oh, Chum could have got on the end of that. Did the finishing. Ball up. Gertz won the tap to no advantage. Soccer off the ground there from Tano, who's been industrious in the opening half, albeit a quarter and a bit. Cramble gather was terrific from Craig. Got a territory gain by hand inside 50. White's gather was good and found Hind. Had to kick under pressure because the pressure from Owen was coming. George ushered Milburn under the footy. And then again on the end of it, but somehow just got beat to ball. The closing speed from Milburn was good. Myers has gone forward, shrugged the tackle. Fed it by hand to Andy Azapart. He's been busy in this term. Looks for an option. Inglis, he's got Matricati to the outside, but elected to go long with the bomb.
Post.
And hit the post. Matricati screaming for it in the pocket. But Inglis just owned it and... ball cannon into the goal post. So let off for the Cobras. Vesti will come broadcast side to Findlay. And the kick was safe. And they go short, but okay to Parente. Who played on by hand to Findlay. We'll go wide to the outer side to Gates. So he too went to go the short option. Myers gathered. Excellent blind turn and hit up Edwards. And Edwards will go back and have a shot on goal. An opportunity to penalise the nervous nature or the indecision more so of the Cobras defence finding a way out of their own back half.
Well, 7 possessions in that defensive 50 in that passage of play. Why the hell wouldn't you just try and clear when you got a player like Owen that's leading up onto the wing and clear? Get some territory.
Well, another let off for the Cobras in the name of a poster from Edwards. Gee, they would have made the Cobras pay for that. So Griffiths, who's an excellent distributor out of defence on the evidence early in this season, who went short to Vesti, long towards the half-back line. Chance there for Adam Azapati. Quick hands to Bewley. Got it to Hind and dropped it. Had to be pinged. Found an umpire in the shadows there. Everybody, including us, was trying to find one.
Morgan.
And it'll be Morgan.
Good
A late inclusion into the side for Blaine, who was never in the team, but the mail we got suggested that he was.
Keep running, Gates.
Craig has got the ball on half-back. Sort of bereft of option. Freeman presented. He's still there. Now he can't go there because nearly close enough to give him a kiss. The kick was good, though, and found Parente, who's been busy. He's been in the Cobras' best 5 in this opening half. He goes deep into attack. Penny the target. Owen got plenty of it. Couldn't quite bring it down. And we'll get a boundary throw in 35 metres around from the Bacchus Marsh goal. Darley 5-4. Bacchus Marsh
3-2.
3-2. I'm not sure where they got that point from, though, Fridge. So it was 3-1 at quarter time. And this is their first forward 50 entry. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Gertz. Guess who? Bewley through traffic. Had to release the ball. It was good pressure from the Cobras. Baker touch of the fumbles. Good pressure from Morgan. And he'll square away a stoppage on half forward for the Cobras.
She's done a couple of nice little things, Morgan. Top.
Yes, indeed. Ball up. Gertz, Cadman, call it even. Call it a tiebreaker. And we'll get a reset of sorts here, you'd think, in the form of another stoppage. The umpire let it go.
What are we coming up with? Stoppage.
Yeah, they're the only human on the ground to have more of it than Bewley at the moment, the umpires. Ball up. Ground ball.
They're pleading.
And
no, sir.
Gallagher will get another ball up. He's had a busy game. Umpire Gallagher.
He's getting involved, Todd.
Indeed. Ball up. Dozen or so plays around the footy. It's very difficult to extricate. We'll get another ball up.
It might be the big round arm swing here. Punch forward.
Go to space, you reckon, Fridge. So Gertz endeavours to do so, but couldn't get it past Gates. And George presses him to the ground. We'll get a ball up. So a momentary break in the sunshine. Players will enjoy that. It's nice shade. Shea, quick hands to Craig. It was a hopeful hand pass. Adam Azapati, fed it by Andy Cadman. He's been okay. Bewley went high. Couldn't hang on to it. Owen did the sharking and went forward towards Freeman, who had it knocked away from him. And we'll get a boundary throw in some 35 metres away from...
So Giles remonstrated here.
Oh, retaliation,
and
yeah.
retaliated and given a free kick away.
To Matthew Brett, who'll go back to the goal square, to White. They're not out of trouble yet, the Devils, but they negotiate to Gardner, who looked to go to the longer option. It was a poor one at that. It was cut off there by Canning. And a rebound opportunity here for the Corowa recruits. Oh, that was a splendid effort there from ground level there by Cadman. He's been paid the mark. Speak of Duncan on the defensive 50. He too started well. Kicking in the middle of the ground, found high and he's off on his bike, went to go by hand, saw the player getting closed down, so he went by foot to Myers, who's gone forward. He took a mark in front of Glasgow, 55 metres out from goal. No wind at his back. He'll weigh up the options and he'll go wide of the pocket. Johnson went over his head, he and Vesty. Bouncing ball finds its way over the line for a boundary throw-in, right in front of a busy pocket of... assembled fans here today.
And I'm just keeping an eye on the two out the back here, Brett and Freeman. So it's getting a little bit heated here. So he's right in the face of Freeman, Brett.
Boundary
no love
throw-in.
lost there.
Good use of the body by Myers. Can he get ball to boot? He can, and he spears it through. Not many players can do that. Brute strength got it done in the end. Myers muscles the ball over with a reverse torpedo, if you don't mind, as he was tackled as he kicked, and he got the job done. Darley get their sixth and some separation here at Darley Park with two unanswered goals in this second term.
Yes, it's taken them a good 7 minutes to get that score on the board, Todd, and they just seem to have that little bit more of ascendancy in the play now.
Darley lead by 20 points, according to the scoreboard. I think it's marginally incorrect, albeit by the 1 point, but...
I think it's 21.
We'll let them fix that up at half-time. I'm not going to bore you with the corrections for the remainder of the term. Now, Cadman did all but break away with that footy. Opened the door for Gertz, but he was held up, and we'll get a stoppage under the sunlight here at Darley Park. Ball up. Tap one there by Gertz. Hind set the ball forward. Tumbling kick. Johnson had knocked away from him. It was a good ball by Vesty. Johnson tried to knock it to the direction of Bewley. That was an excellent intercept. Now get out of trouble here. The Cobras through Trousdale. Got a bit on the kick to centre wing. Good use of the body there by Locke.
Oh, no.
Unlawfully, said the umpire. And Duncan Cadman.
Please, Gags.
Plays on. Goes into the middle of the ground to Adam Azzopardi. Who goes with the left boot, and the kick was okay. They got the overlap here to George. He needs to go to him now, and he will. So Freeman found George and sent the ball long in the direction of Myers. Second grab, couldn't get it. Now he's forced to do the ground ball work. Might have copped one high, and he did, said the umpire. And Myers will go back and have a shot on goal here from about 45 metres out.
I think the action of Myers has brought the umpire into giving that decision, Todd. So, please.
So Myers from about 45 metres out. We'll go back and have a shot here. Kick his second of the afternoon. Darley seventh. And their third for the term to go with two posters. Witnessed already. But just some separation and forward half dominance from the Devils in the opening 13 minutes. They're starting to play a role on the scoreboard. And Myers makes no mistake. He gets his second. Darley get their seventh. And the reigning premiers endeavouring to record their 23rd win on the road, in a row here against the Cobras. Well, seem well on their way, albeit midway through this second term.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't suggest that Freeman would stop wasting his time on Brett, that pushing and shoving, because he's just wasting energy on nothing. Seriously.
Well, Brett's gone back to Owen, so...
Yeah, well, they've been going for 5 minutes at the back there, Todd.
Yeah,
and I think
it's pretty draining, isn't it?
Well, it is. It is draining, and they both need to get over each other and move on. Seriously.
Yeah, good call. 26-point lead to the Devils. 14 minutes gone, second term here, after the Devils led by 6 at quarter time. We're back at the restart. Myers has gone into the... Oh, it's Tanner, in fact. I was going to say Myers has been everywhere. Up they go. Tap one by Gertz. Lock, second effort. Pursuit of the footy. Well, Craig came the other way and gathered cleanly and set a high kick in the Owen direction. At front spot, couldn't hang on. The Shark was good there from Huxtable. Took on the tackler and deservedly pinged, holding the ball. Gardner will take the free kick. So lope onto that right boot and go wide towards Matt Riccardi. He just got some separation from Canning. Could tip it over the top to Edwards if he likes, but Nixon closed that option down, so he's forced to go lateral to half-back to Matthew Brett. That was an awkward-looking kick. A favourable bounce on the half-back line there, did Lahure. Gave it back to Brett, who gets another opportunity to deliver what we're more used to from him, to White, who goes back to Hind, who's on half-back. Little chip kick. Jeez, it was strong overhead. Edwards will give it back to Hind, and he ran through the middle of the ground with a second bounce. He can have a third if he likes, but he likes to go by boot towards Bewley, and it knocked away from him by McKercher. Craig has been very good with his ground level ball today. That one, no exception. Found Gertz. Hind's having a huff and a puff, and the kick was good, and found Huxtable. They've got to get the ball moving here while the Devils is basically sucking it up at the moment, sucking in the big ones. So Huxtable found Owen, and there's an example of Craig's running. He's pushed forward here. This could be a terrific goal from Craig. Hats off to you, Ashton. Great finish. And for a player who started that on outer centre wing, has ended up with ball in hand and done some excellent finishing beyond his years.
Absolutely amazing that Ashton has gone on and taken on that footy, and he's just shown them the way how to get the footy and use it and kick that goal. They should be all getting around him and patting him on the back, and he's just a lone feature over there. Seriously. He's just done probably a quarter of a Bewley, and no one has actually even gone to him. This amazes me.
Yeah, that's a good observation, and fair play that he's on his haunches at the moment there, Ashton. It was certainly, if we didn't experience what we did with Bewley in the opening term, that would be goal of the day for mine, thus far, of course. Now, Bewley fed it to Baker. Decision-making. Went to Bewley, spent it before he had it, bounced back up for him, then he turned it over to Parente, went forward to Owen at the back, ground ball. Shark well there by White, now he's in trouble. That was nearly a throw, umpire called play on. Salmon, back to Shea, composed and found Craig, who kicked the last goal of the game. Nice little sidestep, right foot kick to a dangerous area. Fly was Canning, but reading it well there was Edwards to cut it off. So Edwards will go short, and the kick's okay to Matt Riccardi, who lowered the eyes and found Hatcher on half-back for the Devils, who gave it back to Matt Riccardi, rewarded the runner and fed it loosely by hand to Inglis, who got it to him on the bounce, who found Edwards to half-forward. Now, how will it sit for Andy Azzopardi? It's set up perfectly. Through ball onto the boot. Hopeful rather than anything else. And it just missed off to the right. Jeez, he's got some eye for the goal, Azzopardi. Speak of Andy. And just missed there as he just threw that ball onto the boot blindly. He's got a knack for kicking those. It was Milbourne. Rebounds the Cobras out of defence to Nixon, to Craig, who's had an excellent 5 or 6 minutes. It's been clean for the most part when others have fumbled today, Craig. Pressure hasn't got to him with the local derby at all, so Huxtable goes along the line. It's a good stretch and a good grab. Taken there by Morgan, who just chipped it over the top. Found Shea. You got it back to Craig. Gee, Bob up in his soup at the moment, this kid. But he just bit off more than he could chew. But high praise for the running.
Well, it's all gut running with him, Todd, and he's just unfortunately trying to do too much and without the support.
He just about needs a spell. Nixon, second grab, couldn't hang on. Grand ball opportunity here for the Devils now. Tanner, ball security. We'll hang on to it, and they'll get a ball up. Half forward outer side of the ground for the Devils. They lead by 21 points here. Just that one goal of the day contended to Craig for the Cobras in this term. 3 goals to the Devils. Edwards with the fly. Won that tap. Geez, he got up. Shea went to ground. And Gertz will enjoy that momentary little spell, just having a little lie down because what's been asked of him this afternoon. Tireless performance in the ruck. And he'll go again against Edwards. Bewley close up against the boundary line. Got ball to boot. and it went off the side, did it? It might have gone out of bounds beforehand.
Yep.
So we'll get a boundary throw in adjacent to the digital scoreboard here at Darley Park. 47 reads Darley, 26 Bacchus Marsh. Boundary throw in. Went over the head of all and sundry. Umpires picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Darley. It's going to go to Edwards for an infringement on Gertz in the ruck. So weigh up the options, Edwards, and he'll go long to a dangerous area. Johnson didn't get a hand on it at the back. Tanner, he's read it well today, and he has a party. Allowed some space there for his brother Adam to kick it across the body. What a finish!
Goal.
We've had 3 goal of the day contenders in the opening quarter and a bit. Take a bow, Adam Azzopardi, who just had a blind shot of the goals. That's very similar to his brother moments ago, but the younger version was able to get it done.
Well, that's the only goal of the day, Todd. Apart from the individual effort of Brett Bewley, the snap over the body and had no awareness.
Yeah, the body contact on, when he got ball to boot.
Great goal.
So Darley matching the exploits of their opening term with 4 goals. Margin out to 27. Tanner and Gertz in the ruck. Call it a tiebreaker. And Tanner won the tiebreaker with a clearance in the end. Oh, that was nearly a good grab there from Sam Griffiths. Gates taken down there by Hatcher. Shea caught one high. Umpire didn't see it. Skew whiff kick came wide towards Huxtable. Excellent gather. Does well to create the space. That standing start kick I'm not a huge fan of, and neither was Josh, giving himself a little tap on the behind. Speaking of behind, Hines sent it forward to Johnson, who got it on the bounce. Hatcher, look out! Had to release the ball, nearly swarmed by 3 Cobras. Vesty can do the mopping up, and he'll just chip it short to Nixon, who fed it by hand to Milburn. We'll go wide towards Salmon, who's got Jones to beat. That was an excellent spoil from Jones. He just got too much on it. Was meant for Edwards, cut off there by Craig, who's little side step around Edwards. And the kick was good and found Owen. Had plenty of it. Umpire called play on. Not out of trouble yet. The Devils, as Salmon gathered, and he was tackled, taken to the ground. Holding the ball, said the umpire.
You can't even take half a step with these blokes because they'll just ping you all the time.
So it'll be Jones, the young Chaz Jones, into the side today, out in the Johnson direction. Well, nobody touched it in the end, he or Vesty, and Vesty will be a recipient from the old Cowboy free kick.
Lasso.
So Vesty, it's been good in the opening month for the Cobras. Got plenty on the kick to outer centre wing. It was cut off by Duncan Cabin, who's had a good game. Nick Hine tells him to go long, so he does his utmost to go in the Myers direction. Nearly a free kick against Myers on Glasgow.
And did pay it.
And it's going to come back. It's going to go to Glasgow. So the advantage went through Freeman, who went to outer centre wing to a 2-on-1. And Cobras will get away in the end as the ball gets thumped over the line for a boundary throw-in on true centre wing out of side. So 4 goals to 1 this term in favour of the Devils after a 4 goals to 3 opening term in favour of the hosts. And we're near 23 minutes gone into this second term. Shallow throw-in didn't help Duncan Cabin or Freeman, but it did Parente. He ran away with it, made it difficult for Huxtable. Now he's in trouble. Somehow got boot to ball. Did well. They got it to the outside to Craig, who's been arguably Bacchus Marsh's best in this second term.
Absolutely.
Round ball, close up against the boundary line. They'll be happy to see it over both sides. And I'm not sure they were able to do so in the end, and we'll get a ball up.
So the ball on a string, Todd, Ashton Craig. It's been a shining light for them in this quarter.
And no spell.
No.
They brought him on from both ends. Tap one there by Cadman McKercher. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. Half forward out of side for the Cobras, who'll pinch one back late. That'll give them some momentum going into the half-time break. Throw in. Freeman won the tap. Well, Salmon didn't bend. Ground ball. Chance for Parente, who did. And then went long in the Owen direction. Had a couple to beat. Numbers prevailed through Gardner as he and Lahure were able to work it out. So Gardner's got Adam Azzopardi short, but he elects to take a running bounce. and go towards Johnson. Good use of the body on Vesti, but some good support there from Huxtable to, it was Morgan, in fact, to carry it over the line for a boundary throw-in. 27-point lead to the Devils. Time on second term. It'll be Freeman in the ruck against Duncan Cadman. Freeman did well. Good use of the body. Grabbed it out of the ruck. Tumbling kick forward. Foot race on here. Went through the hands of Penny. Gardner did well. Just overcooked the hand pass. Meant for Lahoure. Has to be clean here, and he was. And he shoveled it forward to Jones. Will get the Devils out of trouble with that left boot. It was cut off by Craig. He read it best. And his efficiency levels have been good too. Surely he must have been fatigued in some of these disposals.
And wearing a long sleeve jumper.
So Huxtable from 50. Got plenty on the kick. Won't quite get the journey. And knocked through there by Joel Cadman. All on his lonesome really in the end. And through for a rush behind. So they'll waste no time bringing the ball back into play. The kick was a beauty from Joel Cadman, who found Nick Hind, who went direct to Myers. She's there dangerous and they go coast to coast here, but Nixon's pushed back. He should impact this contest here, Nixon. Oh, he couldn't hang on to the mark. Tanner, tackled, taken to the ground. Ball spilled out the back. So Finlay will get it to Vesti, to Nixon, to Finlay. And they work out the outnumber well, the Cobras. Canning the fly in front. Couldn't hang on. Good application from Glascott. Couldn't gather, though. Adam Azzopardi could. Kick across the body. Bewley.
What's he paid?
What's going on? Oh, looks like the central umpire is going to come over and get a chip off this guy who's got the old chips and gravy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it went out of bounds.
Okay.
Well, he's in the perfect spot. So, too, that guy with the chips, mind you. He didn't think it was out of bounds.
I thought we were probably in the perfect. We were right above him, Todd.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Did you see it go?
No. Play on for mine, but nonetheless, they've been good the opening month, the umpires.
Yeah, been terrific.
Don't forget, following, if you're in the area, Darley Bacchus Marsh in the under-19s to follow the senior game under the lights here at Darley Park. Boundary throw-in. Freeman again, grabbed it out of the ruck, good use of the body, sent the ball forward. Chance here for Morgan, who's been okay.
Aye.
Good pressure there from Freeman. Over the shoulder, said the umpire. And Morgan will take the free kick and go to Lock if he wants, but he didn't see the Devils in front of him there, Lock. Now, I'm not sure what happened there. Huxtable.
That's just terrible.
That was pretty ordinary from the Cobras. We're going to throw in true centre wing, broadcast side.
Is it lack of communication, or is it just players not moving up the ground to provide options? I don't know.
We'll get a boundary throw in here. Right in front of the big crowd assembled by the bar and the barbecue. Duncan Cadman was favoured by that shallow throw in. He fit it by hand to Andy Azzopardi, who went high up and under to Nixon. Took a terrific grab at the back over Reece Younger and Trousdale, but the kick let him down. It was cut off there by Bewley, who loped onto the left boot. And it was well read off the boot there by Hatcher, because Gates had a swing and a miss with the spoil. And Hatcher went to go to the left side, but Hine was on the right, then threw it onto the boot. He's got plenty of carry with the kick. But it's just off to the left and through for a behind. If he hadn't given it to the guy on his left, it was a Cobra play. They worked it out in the end.
Play on.
Now we've got nervous moments. Good frontal pressure from the Devils forwards. Vesti had to throw it onto the boot. Turnover, Matricati.
They've got to be kidding these defenders.
Well, Sam Griffiths needs to sort of go back and take the kick in, doesn't he?
Well, he's a 60-metre kick.
So Matricati got plenty of it at the top of the goal square. Freeman from the side off hands of Tanner and through for a rush behind. So Cobras get away with that nervous chain deep in their back half. So Huxtable will bring the ball back into play. Normally a very reliable kick, and he'll get it back. Look out! Pressure on the kicker. Another faux pas from the Cobras defence. And Myers hit up Hatcher. And this will be their fourth shot on goal, Darley, in the term for front half turnovers.
Have you ever
and
seen
they've kicked three behinds.
Have you ever seen a side make so many mistakes in their defensive 50 with the ball use of just short little, the word I'm looking for, Todd.
Yeah. Pop kicks.
Yeah. The PI55 kicks. Why?
So it'll be Hatcher. He's got to make one of those turnovers count, and he'll make this one count. On the back of 3 straight behinds from the turnovers coughed up by the Cobras defence, they make them pay on the 4th occasion near half-time here at Darley Park. 9-7-61 Darley lead, Bacchus Marsh 4-3-27.
What's wrong with kicking down the line, clearing it, giving yourself a chance of being 60 metres from the goal zone, resetting your defenders up again, and then possibly getting someone to take a mark or knocking it forward? And I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Darley lead by a game high 34 points. 30 minutes gone, second term.
The game's gone way past me, Todd.
Gertz won the tap. Ground level, Bewley. Forced to release the ball by hand to the end, Shea. Oh, he's going to get in over the shoulder there. He went low. And he'll be the recipient. He's got no time to waste. So he pumped the ball forward, and why wouldn't you in the Owen and Freeman direction? And the latter takes the grab. As the 3 or 4 players around them just spluttered. And Freeman was the last man standing and could well have the last shot on goal for the term. So a kick like that out of defence you're asking for, Fridge, to an aerial target.
Well, they just don't seem skilled enough to be chipping and playing around with the 15, 20 metre zone.
So Freeman from just inside 50, kicks on its way, and he gets the response from for the Cobras on the back of that lacklustre turnover goal from their defence moments ago. So Freeman gets his first of the afternoon, and the Cobras' all-important 5th goal, the margin back to 28 points.
That's the go, Joel. You focus on the footy. Don't focus on the stupidity of errant players. Seriously.
Darley 61, lead Bacchus Marsh 33.
That's how you
near
answer.
half-time. Don't forget, we'll give you an update score from the Ballarat v Lakers game at Alberton Oval upon the half-time siren, so stick with us. Local derby action continues live from Darley Park. Bewley, Parente, fighting over the footy. Chance for lock, clean gather, just needs some support. There's Craig.
Terrific. Oh, the shoulder son.
And we'll get a stoppage. We'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. Couldn't be long there, 32 minutes.
We'll get dark before the siren goes here.
Ball up. Gertz won the tap. Went searching to the outer centre wing, but there was no one really there except Bewley, who sent the ball forward. Looking there towards Tanner. He's got a couple of Cobras to beat. Numbers prevail through Griffiths, who lowered the eyes. The kick was okay in the end and found Parente. Kept the pattern of play moving, went forward in the Freeman direction. Off hands,
yes.
out the back. Huxtable, bang! Back-to-back goals for the Cobras. There's the momentum they were looking for. Margin back to 22 points ahead of the main break here at Darley Park.
Better by Freeman, crashed the pack, brought the ball to ground. Huxtable runs onto it. That's what you get when you play that type of footy, and that's what they've got to stick to.
Been an entertaining game of footy for the most part, Fridge. 9-7 to 6-3. Both sides will go into the halftime break with plenty of things to work on and plenty of things to appreciate.
The Marsh have made a million mistakes and are still within range. They're still in the game, Todd.
Yeah. 3 posters helped them.
Yeah, oh, well, touche.
Bewley, swinging a miss. Yes, exactly. Bewley fed it by hand. Andy has a party. Took one on, took another.
Yes.
Took too many on. Pinged, holding the ball. So they've had a good couple of minutes here. The Cobras heading into the main break. Now they just need to work it out here. They've got Nixon. And they'll find him safely on the outer side. So he'll look to run and carry and deliver effectively to Salmon. It was good play. Salmon needs to keep the ball rolling. Bit of game awareness. Lower the eyes. It's a poor kick. And it's going to be a resultant free kick to Freeman because it bounced off the Darley boot. So some fortune for the Cobras. Freeman went forward looking towards Owen, who just went to go inside out but fell over in the cause in the end. And we'll get a ball up 35 to 40 metres away from the Cobra goal.
The kick needed a bit more travel and would have hit him on the chest.
Darley lead by 22 points. Sunlight dissipating over Darley Park. We're barely at half time. Andy has a party. Swing by foot, hopeful rather than anything else. Trousdale went back to Griffiths. There's a big kick from a pretty much standing start. High up and under. Excellent ball from Matricardi. Has the gather from Shea. Fed it by Ann Menta for Parente. Baker tackled, pinged, holding the ball, said the umpire.
Good tackle. Great tackle.
So Parente will go back and have an all-important shot on goal here for the Cobras. A chance to narrow the margin to 16. And the momentum of 3 goals on
And
the
siren
bounce.
to entertain entertaining quarter of footy, Todd.
Darley booted 5 goals for the term. Bacchus Marsh 3 of their own. But a 4th here for the term will get the margin back within 16 and game on here at Darley Park. Parente loves a captain's goal and he gets it done for the Cobras. Now they're in from everywhere. The Cobras back in town here at Darley Park. In with the show at the half. Margin at 16 with 3 late goals in that term. 7-3-45 Bacchus Marsh. Trail Darley 9-7-61. Parente gets his first of the afternoon. Well, there's been a significant number of contributors across the board, Fridge. We'll just limit it to the goal scorers before we entertain a much-deserved break.
For Darley, couples to Johnson, Tanner, Myers, singles to Bewley, Hatcher as a party. For the Cobras, 2 to Owen, singles to Craig, Parente, Nixon and Freeman.
We'll endeavour to get you a score from the Ballarat Lakers game. Connor's on a search trying to find that halftime score at Alverton Oval. We were lucky enough to get one out of Sammy at quarter time up there in Ballarat, but HQ not so lucky. But for what it's worth, Darley here on their home deck, they lead Bacchus Marsh by 16 points, 9-7-61. The Cobras 7-3-45. There we go, half time. Up at Alverton Oval, Ballarat 27, Trail Lake Windaree 34. So they've got a game on their hands up there in Ballarat today as well. And we're going to rip it down here in the east. PFNL's match of the round. It's the local derby clash between 2 crosstown rivals, Darley and Bacchus Marsh. It's the Devils who lead by 16 points. The break and back with the second half action in around 10 minutes' time.
Forward and he plays on quickly, goes inside 50. Pack will fly. Darley with the numbers back. Good spoil. Oh, they're back off the ground. Comes back to Joyce. Oh, he's did it clip the post? What a goal. We don't have a huck up for us. There's no one. Goes on to that right boot and Ruckman Tom Brown has drifted forward. He plays on quickly, snaps towards goal. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's rolling. He hasn't, has he? He has, Tom Brown.
good job. Yeah. And it's like, he's starting there. Yeah. No, just, we've got the lights on, we're keeping it red for you, we're making it red. Just red for you, any yellow for you, yeah, okay, no worries. We started half hour late. I was going to say you started late, yeah. Yeah, stuff that up. Because I got here and I went, it's not that early, am I? 2:30 started, it's okay. Yeah. Two and a half. It's supposed to be 2:55, but it wasn't 3:25. Oh, was it? Yeah. I was going to say, I didn't stop at that time. No. And what I want to do is start as supposed to. Wait the whole time, it's like really quite straight, right? Yeah. Ceremony, then that big ass, that, and the other one. Yeah, far, yeah.
Welcome back to Darley Park ahead of the third quarter action here. After a late start, given the Anzac Day annual ceremonies here. It's been an entertaining clash. Bacchus Marsh came right back with the last 3 goals in 6 minutes, Fridge, to get within 17. So we've got game on here. And if the Cobras can utilise their leg speed and ball use with a degree of efficiency enough to get the Devils under the pump, they might be able to eat into this 17-point margin.
Well, the Marsh players played a better brand of footy that last 5 minutes of that quarter, Todd, and that's what shows on the scoreboard now. They got those 3 unanswered goals at the end, and they're back in the game.
Yep, and there was a bit of direct play too from the Cobras. Siren sounds to get play underway here. Local derby action, second v third. Tanner and Gertz. Tap one there by Gertz. Great start from the Cobras to Shea to Parente on the left boot. Tumbling kick to half forward. Freeman, just found, hit to Huxtable. Not where he was going, but where he was. Locke had it knocked away from him. His second effort was terrific. He won the ball back in the end. Kick didn't go the required. Matthew Brett, sweeping hand pass, turned it over. Craig nearly held without it in the end. As Bewley was a bit blinded that Craig didn't have the ball anymore, but
what was the blindness, Todd? The sun or the lights that are on the ground?
Yeah, well, the lights are on. I'm surprised they're not using a yellow footy, by the way. Now, Baker, pinned, taken to the ground, and we'll get a ball up 40 metres away from the Cobra goal.
I see they've corrected that score, 7-2 to Bacchus Marsh, not 7-3.
Ball up, grabbed out of the ruck by Freeman, kick smothered, good defence there from Lahoure. Got the handball back off Andy Azapati, clearing kick to space. Chance for Kenny. He's got some toe. Another good smother there from the Devils, this time in Matt Riccardi. Under bright sunlight, under the scoreboard. There's a swarm of players around the footy. Bees to a honey pot. Whistle imminent, and we'll get a ball up. So, I'm just wondering whether it might be difficult for the Cobra forwards with the ball coming in where that sun is at the moment. But the shadows are starting to close in here at Darley Park. We'll get a boundary throw in. No score in this third term. Opening 2 minutes. Darley lead by 17 after they led by as much as 35. Throw in. Gertz won the tap, knocked it to himself, then was bailed up there by Bewley and pinged for holding the ball because he didn't get rid of it.
Well, he actually juggled it, so I didn't think he took full possession until he was tackled.
So Bewley went in the Edwards direction, couldn't gather. Myers could. Excellent smother there from Glascott. And a nice little sidestep around Myers, but he was out of bounds. And we'll get a boundary thrown on half forward out of sign for the Devils.
Isn't it good to see how healthy the local footy is with all them people on the ground at half-time, Todd?
Oh, yeah. The lights are on and there were plenty of people at home, Fridge.
Yeah.
Here's Parente again. He's had a good afternoon.
It's been terrific.
Through the middle of the ground. We get the right foot kick. Out the direction there towards Freeman. Now, excellent gather from Salmon. He can just chip that over the top and he lobs it effectively. And he gets it done. And that's 4 in a row to the Cobras. And they're back within 11 here at Darley Park. Game on.
Lahoure pleading interference by Freeman. The ball was 20 feet up in the air, Zane, so I don't know where you're getting that one.
Darley lead by 11, 9-7-61. Bacchus Marsh 8-2-50. Last 4 goals of the game in a 9-minute period. The last 6 minutes of the second quarter and the opening 3 of this third term. So the response is coming. So what say the Devils? Ball up, tap one by Gertz. Parente was on the move, but Baker was there to deny a clean exit out of stoppage for the Cobras. We've been good in this area for the last 15 minutes especially, taking advantage of Gertz's tap dominance. Baker hustled the ball forward. Inglis off half forward, gathered, went low. Umpire called play on. High up and under kick from Baker. Got it to half forward. Loose ball opportunity. Gathered there by Parente. Searching hand pass went to a 50-50. Hind kick went straight into traffic. Baker the beneficiary of that rebound. He's tackled, taken to the ground, made no effort to release the footy. And he's been
please.
pinged for holding the ball.
Oh, my God.
So Morgan, who's been effective today, he went short to Parente. He's had a good day. Right in the middle of the ground. He goes wide to the pocket. It's all Darley, though, but they made a meal of it. Just needs to sit up for Freeman. Good use of the bodies by the Devils' defence. They're pleading for a free kick.
Nope.
They're looking over here for an umpire, and the umpire was standing behind them. Ball up. Tap one by Freeman. Ushered out of the stoppage there by Huxtable. And snuck it through for a behind in the end. Breaks a run of 4 straight for the Cobras, if you don't mind. Margin now 10. So they're coming, the Cobras.
They're pressing, Tom.
Lake Windaree, can they hang on? Half time, leading Ballarat by just under a kick. But, gee, 2 quarters of footy's a long time in the world of the Lakers at the moment. As Bewley brings the ball back into play. Comes broadcast side with that penetrating left foot kick. Tanner takes a nice grab. Engaged well to hold him up there momentarily. Then he plays on and went to Inglis. He's in front of it. Knocked away from him by Finlay. Favoured Hatcher out the back. He got it to Joel Cabman. Look out. He got ball to boot. Tumbling on at that. Went through the hands there of Griffiths. Ground ball opportunity for Edwards, doing the foraging. Hine went the socket to no real advantage. And he has a party with the tackle. And he'll square away a stoppage 40 metres away from the Darley goal.
First foray inside 50 for the Devils, Todd.
Yeah, in the opening 6 minutes of this third term. Well, not to mention the back end of that second term. And he has a party wanted one high. And denied by the umpire. And we'll get a ball up. And so now the Devils, despite a lead, need a team or a share goal just to restore some confidence and momentum, not only on the scoreboard, but within, as Baker is pinned by the arm and taken to the ground by Shea. And the copy-paste tackle was to follow with Bewley and Parente going to ground. We'll get a ball up. 10-point lead, 61 plays 51. Now chance of Parente, Baker. Hand pass it to Huxtable, who wanted the hold, and he's going to get it. Gee, it was soft, but it was there. Baker had no choice but to run into Huxtable as he released the footy. And he'll go wide from that standing start with a high kick, a slow one at that, made it difficult for Nixon. Craig, it was excellent in the second half. Another good ground ball give. McKercher, right foot, went to go by foot, then indecisive, went by hand. Made it difficult for Milburn. His vision was good, though, to Nixon. So dangerous kick. Parente strong in front. Loose ball gathered there by Freeman, who went to Brett, who steadied the ship and went wide to Matricati on half back. It's good to see Duncan Cadman checking on Parente, so some good sportsmanship shown there by the Devils' versatile utility.
Got the knee into the back, Todd.
So Edwards will go backwards with a 45 kick to Jones.
He's up. He's tough as nails, this kid.
So the kick will go short. And found Matricati. We got the overlap, in this case to Johnson, who's a mile away from goal. Cobras won't mind Johnson getting possessions in this area of the ground. And he skews the kick in the direction of Myers. Ball got out the back. Right foot kick into attack. Attack on the footy there was good from Nixon. He had nothing behind him. Did super well. And got it to Glascott. Loose kick out wide towards broadcast centre wing. Foot race on here. Gathered there by Locke. Right foot kick. At the back, Salmon. Read it well. Just needs to sit for him. Now it does. He gets knocked off his feet there by Gardner. And we'll get a stoppage 45 metres away from the Bacchus Marsh goal. So Darley's last goal coming early in time on in that second term. Probably been the best part of 15 minutes until their last major. And in the meantime, the Cobras have kicked 4. Kick from Locke, smothered. Umpires picked out a free kick.
Yeah, it was there beforehand, Todd, the errant tackle by Salmon.
So it'll be a free kick to Darley.
Yeah, it was there before.
Yep. Adam has a party to take the resultant free kick. So he'll come broadcast side. In the direction of George was good use of the body. Good experience on Milburn. So George, sort of bereft of option of a lead-up target, but Adam as a party presented. And then gave it to Hind, who overcooked the kick. It was meant for Bewley. And Hind just apologising. And we get a boundary throw in. So now it's the Devils who look a bit rattled with some perceived pressure, Fridge.
Yeah, the pressure's been good from both sides all day, Todd. So, you know, just that want for that footy around the contest. Bacchus Marsh had a little bit more possession of it.
Well, Bewley had 3 to beat. And he did well to square away a stoppage in the end with some ball security. We'll get a ball up. Big crowd still here. Fridge right around the ground. Ball up. Tap one by Gertz. Boundary side. Huxtable's tried hard all day. Baker. And a throw in to take place.
Been excellent, Huxtable.
Darley lead by 10 after they led by 35 at one stage. Throw in. Gertz again. Won that tap. Who's at ground level? Gardner was. One of the hole. Denied. George with strength. Got it to Baker. Manufactured a kick to the advantage. Boundary side to George. On the left boot was a clever kick. Found Adam Azapati. He's been an important link play today to George. Made it difficult for Bewley. Fend off. Could have been high. Umpire said no. And then squared the footy. And found Joel Cadman, who went long into the forward line. There's been a mark taken there by Myers, who played on, kicked it over the shoulder and put it through.
Too easy.
Cobras had the outnumber and Myers came up with the goods and did the finishing.
That's 3 for Myers, and interesting enough, George starting to get a bit of an impact on the game, Todd. So
yeah, he's got an important role to play for the Devils this year, especially during the heavy ground months, you'd think, given his renowned stoppage ability.
You did make comment at the start of the year on the first game that he looked like a racehorse that was needing a few hit-outs.
Yeah, a stayer.
A stayer, yes.
Yeah. First up in a 1,000-metre sprint at Moonee Valley.
On the wing over there when he was nearly caught, he looked like a draft horse.
Well, he's been set for the Melbourne Cup, albeit that, in a BFNL sense, a finals campaign. Darley 67, lead Bacchus Marsh 51. Margin back to 16. Gertz, Bewley, 2 of the senior players going head-to-head. Bewley one out, fed it by hand towards Gardner. Oh, that's a terrific grab from Hatcher in front. Had Griffiths to be played on. Gave it to Baker on his left boot. Just chipped it over the top. Made it difficult there for Younger, but his second effort was okay. And we'll get a stoppage. (10-7) plays 8-3. We'll give you an update score from Ballarat and the Lakers at three-quarter time. Ball up. Now it was Myers in the ruck. His tap only went as far as Glasgow, who went along the wing. Freeman and Lahoure call it even. Neither player could impact, but now Lahoure will get the loose ball out the back and fit it by hand to White, who got it to Gardner. Inside to Hind. Normally good with his decision-making. Went long in the Myers direction. Couldn't hang on. Hatcher with the crumb and the finish and the goal. It's good forward craft there from Hatcher, front and centre. And Myers, with the importance of, if not being able to mark the ball, bring the ball to ground, as we've spoken about so often this year, Fridge, and the Devils get it done.
And that's the forward. If you sit back and spectate, you're not in the game. And if you present and crash the pack and bring the ball to ground, it doesn't matter if you don't take the mark, as long as you're making a contest and bring it to ground for your small forwards to be able to run onto. It's simple. It's not hard.
Darley 73, lead Bacchus Marsh 51.
And it was a perfect example. Myers trying to take the mark at the highest point, couldn't complete the mark, but did bring the ball to ground, and Hatcher was like a seagull onto a chip.
Ball up. It'll be Duncan, Cabin and Gertz. Gertz won the tap, searching for Huxtable. Bewley got a bad bounce. Opened the door for Huxtable, who was slung to the ground. Umpire called play on. Shade hurried the kick forward with a high up and under. Owen didn't get a hand on it. Loose ball. Need to be clever here, Lahoure. Got an important fist on the ball. Wide of the boundary line. Jones over the shoulder every day of the week. And 50 metres, it's going to go against Salmon. But in the journey of a Salmon, it's not really that far. But for a Cobra, it certainly is.
Yeah, costly. That's what it is. Because
So Jones will give it to Hind. Will feed the ball wide to Adam Azapati, who continues to run. Canning's no slouch either, but he got around him. Now onto his non-preferred, tumbled it forward. Milburn dropped what he should have taken. Umpire called play on. Good pressure from Inglis. Too high, said the umpire. And Vesti will take this free kick. He'll go short to Gates. Didn't go the required, dropped it. And holding the ball.
Played advantage. Goal.
Any idea who kicked the advantage?
No.
Well, the invisible man bobs up and gets one for the Devils. And Zane Lahoure looking all the bit worse for wear on the goal line. The defensive one at that. After that knock to the back pocket. And he's hit the deck hard and hopefully he's all right. The progressive young defender. So unfortunately with that free kick against Gates, I was unable to work out who got forward with the advantage.
I missed it completely, Todd, so I'd suggest maybe Lockie George.
Ball up, tap one there by Gertz. Huxtable took them on and pinged. Bewley will take the resultant free kick. Now he's up on his bike. He'll get on it. Now he'll have to come back. Well, they let Duncan Cadman just run off as he liked in that second term. But the correct decision here. Bewley chiseling ball was good enough to Edwards, who can just chip it over the top. And that was a safe kick. So some poor checking from the Cobras has opened the door for Tanner to go back and have a shot on goal. And make it 3 in a row for the Devils.
Bit of separation again, Todd.
After the Cobras booted 4 unanswered. A chance here for Tanner, who's been lively.
Lining up for his third.
That's a fair effort. He's done enough,
yes,
Tanner. He gets goal number 3. Excellent finish. And he's jogging off back to the middle. He's full of beans. He's as fit as he's been, Tanner. And good on the young man after a pre-season with VFL club. Foot's great. He's certainly been the beneficiary of that.
I'll keep saying, Todd, those boys that do pre-seasons at VFL level come back and a little bit above the normal player that plays in the competition.
Darley with the last 4 goals of the game. Back at the restart. Tanner on the back of some confidence. Neither ruckman could impact. Baker doing the foraging. Went to ground. Might have caught one high inadvertently. Umpire called play on. McKercher got it to Gertz. Sidestepped Hind if you don't mind. Huxtable took them on again and got pinged. Now Bewley will take the advantage and he'll run away with a bounce through the middle of the ground. And with that penetrating left boot goes in the Johnson direction. Who's over the back? Look out, Younger's one of those. Gates applying the pressure for the defence for the Cobras. Ground ball. Oh, umpire's picked out a free kick for a throw. It's going to go against Gates and Younger will take the resultant free kick and a chance for a shot on goal here. That's not unless they've taken the advantage and the invisible man's running for another one pitch.
Say no more.
So Reece Younger, on the back of that scoop from Gates will have a shot here.
It wasn't a scoop, it just dribbled off his arm.
Well, according to the umpire.
Oh, well, anyway.
So Younger, test kick his first. He kicked 3 last week. It's a terrific finish from a young player. And that hurts the Cobras. That's 5 in a row now to Darley in the last 8 minutes, if you don't mind. Back on top, Cream rising to the top here at Darley Park. Whilst a little fortunate with that one. They've had a majority of the ball in the last 9 minutes. And with that period of momentum, have been able to hurt the Cobras, Fridge.
Yeah, absolutely, Todd. And 5 unanswered now, and he probably looks a forlorn effort now. And you've got Parente just hobbling off, and he's been instrumental, a playmaker for them in the middle, and a massive loss.
40-point lead to Darley. Game high. Baker overran the footy. It was a hot one at that. Freeman's gone into the ruck. McKercher wanted the give and get, but he only did the giving in the end.
Front on contact. Good decision.
Craig will take the free kick. It's been a shining light for the Cobras today. That second quarter was something else. The kick found Freeman. Read it best. Despite the efforts of Matricardi, it was a well-weighted kick from Craig, and he went wide of the pocket. It was good vision. Mark's been taken out wide there by Canning. Probably too far out to score, 55 metres out. So he goes to a dangerous area, but it's all Darley.
Yeah, dangerous with 4 Darley players standing there, Todd.
Joel Cadman can go short to Hind, and they'll work it out here, the Devils, with a kick into the middle of the ground to George. He'll kick it to the advantage of Tanner. Tanner wants it, and he's happy for it to bounce up. Just needs to sit for him. Now it does. And he wheels around and goes deep into the Myers direction. He's at the back, and he's just taken an outfield catch, if you don't mind. The Myers will go back, play on, and smashes it into the back net. And Darley get their 15th and their 6th in a row.
4 goals to Myers, and just good use of the hands by Billy Myers there, getting rewarded with the goal.
What we saw Denver Granger Barras do last week, Fridge. Just that, how they get him under the footy and...
Yeah, no, it's misinterpreted to me. Like I said, the game's gone past me.
Darley lead by 46 points. Under the lights here at Darley Park. 20 minutes gone, third term. And, when Parente got the hobbles after that aerial contest, the air out of the game for the Cobras seemed to go with it. Baker, one of the hole, denied, fed it by hand to Edwards, got ball to boot. Didn't really go the required, but it'll end up bouncing up for Milburn. He'll go with the right boot, send it into attack. It was well read off the boot by Matthew Brett. Didn't really give Gertz much of a chance. And fed it by hand to Hind, who went wide to Adam Azzopardi. Gee, they'll miss him when he goes overseas. Fed the ball by foot to Matricardi. Piercing kick towards George. They got an overlap here. That just had to stop and prop. Oh, that was a clever little sidestep there from Younger, who went forward. There's an excellent high leap and grab taken there by Glasgow. Arguably mark of the day. The rival Nixons that happened right in front of us. So Glasgow went wide. A couple of players went down in the foreground there. What say of that? Umpire called play on. He called it even in the end. So the play unfolds with a hurried kick forward for the Cobras towards half forward. Gave Gertz no chance again, and Matthew Brett did the cutting off and went with the rebound to Adam Azzopardi. And the game's been stopped, and as a result of that collision, it looks like Reece Younger has come off a little bit worse for wear, the youngster. Just seemed like an accidental collision.
Yeah, both players went to ground, and young fella Younger come up worse for wear.
We'll try and get a score in the Lakers Ballarat game, given there was only a goal in that one at halftime. And while Younger makes his way off the ground after kicking a goal, he's got a positive little career ahead of him at the level. Oh, that was the score we saw at the last update. But
maybe refresh or rehash.
Surely they couldn't go half an hour without scoring, those two sides.
I wouldn't think so.
So a 16-point lead at halftime for the Devils has been extended to 46. Cobras got it back to 10. And Darley just piled on the next 6 if you don't mind. But just a momentary...
46 points.
Just a momentary gap in play at the moment as Younger makes his way off the field. And play has restarted, and it's the kick from Jones. It was a good one, and it found Freeman, who went towards Andy Azzopardi. That was an excellent tackle from McKercher. And a free kick to the little speedster. Lake Windermere lead Ballarat by 7 points, but
that was 45 minutes ago.
That was 45 minutes ago. Melton off to a flyer against Sunbury. They lead 24-0. So Craig, he's got Salmon short if he wants him, but he'll go to the longer option. Gardner Didn't hang on. Oh, that was a solid bump by Gardner and Owen. Owen kept going. Great individual effort. Didn't get the support he wanted. Huxtable went with the soccer off the ground and
played
dribbled
holding
through
the
for it
ball.
behind.
Can you believe me? Seriously.
Well, it's going to come back. It's going to go to Freeman of the Devils against Owen. Gee, you can't blame Gardner for feeling a little bit worse for wear after that knock with Owen. And he did enough to get him around him, did the Devils Freeman, and went with the right boot out in the Johnson direction. That was a good grab from the side. He's got Bewley and Hind, and he went to the ladder, who can go to the former, and Bewley can square the footy. How about that for some vision to Azapati? I'll speak of Andy on that occasion, who got it to Duncan Cabman. Now Johnson went along with a bomb in the Myers direction, and he'll play on and run into another open goal for number 5.
Well, it's just getting all too easy now.
Well, if the Devils can have the luxury, and I'm not sure they're going to have later in the year to have Myers forward, it's going to make life difficult if Darley can get those one-on-one entries to him.
Yeah, the only thing that I see lacking in the Darley side is a ruckman, and that's about it, Todd.
Yep. Bacchus Marsh, 8-3-51. Trail Darley, 16-7-103.
And the difference is the skill level by hand and foot of the Darley side. That's the difference.
Yeah, good observation.
That's the big difference, because they are elite at this point of time.
Tap from Gertz, the shade, dropped it. Bewley said, well, if you don't want it, I'll have it. It was a hot one at that. He ran his measure, took a bounce, ran to 50, and sent the ball along to Myers. Second grab, off hands, tried to take them all on. He's going to get pinged here, spat it out the back, got ball to boot, goal number 6. He's a star, Billy Myers.
Well, I did say on the presser, his first 2 games have been BOG performances, and once again today he's moved on and once again another best performance for the Devils.
17-7-109, Darley lead Bacchus Marsh 8-3-51. 17 minutes ago, it was a 10-point ball game. Now it's 58.
The wheels on the bus have really fallen off now, Todd.
Ball up.
They don't go round and round.
Tanner and Gertz. Gertz won the tap, searching for shade. Baker, clever hands, got it to Edwards. Awkward kick, be cut off by McKercher. He'll get a hold. And he'll look to play on here, not waste any time. And he does. He lowers the eyes, drilled it in the direction of Owen. It was good pressure there from the Devils version of Freeman, who knocked it. Good spoil on the footy, only as far as Owen, who found Craig. So Craig with a chance to kick his second goal of the afternoon. And end a run of an 8-goal blitz in 17 minutes to the Devils. He kicked the first goal of the term, Bacchus Marsh, to get the margin to 10. But now they're endeavouring to get it back to 52. There's the kick from Craig. It'll get to the teeth of goal. Players fly. Who's down? Hind's one of those, but the boundary line will beat them all, and we'll get a boundary throw in. Cobra's in attack, deep in time on this third term, 27 minutes gone.
How professional is this? One of the under-18s before he plays, he's sitting there eating gravy and chips. Seriously. What a great preparation. My God.
Boundary throw in. Oh, you can come up with some good ones, Fridge.
Oh, no.
Now, here's a chance for Hind. Dribbling ball, couldn't get through the traffic. It's a hot one at that. Well, Trousdale was pushed there by Joel Cabin. Umpire called play on. Considered it in the side. Now Bewley get on the end of this from the defensive 50 to centre wing. How's the kick? It was as good as a scratch handicapper's 4-iron, really, as Hatcher fed it to Andy Azapati. Look out. Went inboard to Baker. Stopped, propped, and took his time to deliver and turned it over. Yeah. It hasn't been that good by foot today, Luther. And the turnover kick from Nixon goes into the middle of the ground. It's a scramble opportunity. Shark there by Salmon. 2 fish in the 1 sentence. Hind. Gardner taken to the ground by Huxtable, and we'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. Darley by 58 points, 28 and a half minutes gone, third term. Gertz won the tap. He's fought tirelessly in the ruck. Excellent gather at the shoelaces from Joel Cabman, who went wide towards Harley Inglis, who fed it by hand to Edwards, who'll go into the pocket in search of Myers. And why wouldn't you? Myers got on the end of it. He'll waste no time. 60 metres out from goal. Goes wide towards George. He had it knocked away from him. Bewley did the roving. Swarmed by Cobra. Somehow got a boot to ball. Diving attempted mark by Glasgow. Has to pick up from Tanner if you don't mind. Then he was dispossessed and lucky to get away with it. And he was pinged in the end for holding the ball. 58-point lead to Darley. 29 minutes gone. Rebound kick out of defence. Loose ball opportunity for Joel Capman. Andy, it was Joel. Right foot kick was good, and it was well called there by Harley Inglis, but he forgot to take the mark. Andy has the party, let it go through to the keeper, and he dropped it. Milburn had his pants pulled down, and he was held without it, said the umpire. He fed the ball by hand towards Gates, and they're off on their bike. Overcooked the kick meant for Gertz. He knocked it forward, cut off there by Matthew Brett with the rebound, hands to Baker. Fed it by hand, was good to Edwards. Edwards went towards half forward. George at the back, Nixon in front, took a nice grab. And stemmed the flow forward for the of the Devils for the Cobras. And the kick was good from Nixon. Got it to Huxtable, so a couple of the young guns combined. Right foot kick out in the direction there of Morgan, who's tried hard. And just betting his disappointment to Huxtable Morgan, who was a late in today. And they'll get a boundary throw in. And Morgan had some space. He didn't have to drill him or anything there, Fridge. He just had to wait the kick.
Just waited the kick.
And yeah, Morgan just venting his disappointment there. Late in this third term, tick over 30 minutes gone. Boundary throw in. Freeman in front spot. Grabbed it out of the ruck, threw it onto the boot. And it just went off to the right and through for a minor score. So it'll be Nick Hine to bring the ball back into play. He's seemingly bereft of option, so he'll just go along the line towards Tanner and Myers. They both had front spot. Tanner's forced to do the groundwork. And we'll get a stoppage in the end as Curtis is just counting his teeth momentarily. All up. He won the tap, Gertz. Just went through the hands of Locke. Baker was strong, but lucky not to get a free for a hold. Umpire call, play on. And we'll get a ball up on half forward here for the Cobras. So can they get a late one? Ahead of the three-quarter time siren. Gates nudged off the footy. Baker hunted it, and now he's caught under the footy, and we'll get a ball up. Right in front of us here, on a beautiful day here, come twilight evening here at Darley Park. Tap one by Gertz. Now Locke was knocked off the footy. Good don't argue there from Baker, but
He's had a...
and pinged for incorrect disposal, and the kick from Shea found Owen. So Baker just clearly sort of frustrated, not getting the game on his own terms, despite the Devils leading by 58. He's just had one of those almost days. But Owen, from the boundary line, 25 to 30 metres out from goal. 32 minutes gone, third term. Owen for goal number 3.
It's in.
It's not about effort.
Good kick.
He's threaded the needle, Owen. To back up his 2 goals in the opening term, he gets a much-needed belated third in this third term ahead of the final break. And the Cobras get their 9th of the afternoon. They're 9-3-57. They trail Darley 17-7-109. As the lights continue to take effect and the impact of the sunlight that we had for the best part of 2.5 quarters, now non-existent, Fridge.
Yeah, no, she's all gone, the sun, Todd. She's gone back behind the clouds and gone over to Balungarook and Gisborne.
The yellow footy had come in handy.
Oh, you'd think they'd throw it in.
I mean,
I don't think they can do it now because it's...
Oh, that old. I mean, that's so old-fashioned, isn't it?
I said, well, the game's gone past me, so that's what I said.
Well, the footy boots and the umpires are sticking out more than the footy at the moment. That's not the way it's supposed to be played. Matricati with strength. He's going to get pinged for a throw.
Good decision, ump.
So the Cobras will get the free kick here. It'll be Huxtable. He looks a little bit sore. Well, he's cramping up. So that's that in a nutshell. So Jake Owen or somebody with a long boot should just run in the direction of Huxtable. And because if the siren went, someone would have to take the kick, Fridge.
Yeah. Get it in there, son.
So it'll be Huxtable from outside 50. He's got Locke here, but he'll go.
Craig.
He'll share it around to Craig. Owen wanted it, but Craig was still backpedaling. So he'll go to the pocket in the Freeman direction. And it took a couple of Devils to ensure it went over the line for a boundary throw in. Over the shoulder, it's going to go against Freeman, much to his disappointment. And it's going to go to White, who'll clear for the Devils with the left boot. Beyond half back. Players fly, no mark taken. Favourite out the back was Johnson. Foot race on. Finlay the pursuant with Johnson. Johnson knocked it forward. Does that count as a disposal? No, it's, umpire said throw it in. So the knock-on went about 15 metres. So he could have got him for insufficient intent, really. 52-point lead to Darley. Dark skies here.
34 minutes.
Craig threw the ball onto the boot. Tumbling one at that half forward, Owen at the back. Couldn't get it on the second grab. Hot footy. Good pressure at the back. Umpire called play on. Just needs to sit up there for Jones, and it did. And then the siren sounded as Hine was just about to go off on one of his dashes. A timely pause, albeit the final break of this game. Darley, 17-7, 109 lead. Bacchus Marsh, 9-3, 57. The Cobras kicked the opening goal of the third turn to get the margin to 10. And then Darley booted the next 8 goals before Owen threaded one late. Parente, he's done for the day. His hamstrings are on ice, so they're going to have to get it done without him. And he might even be another week away. Fridge, you got the goal scorers.
For the Devils, Myers was 6, 3 to Tanner, Johnson 2, Hatcher 2, Bewley 1, Adam Azapati 1, and the unknown I'd possibly give to Lockie George. And for the Cobras, 3 to Owen, singles to Parente, Craig, Nixon, Freeman, and Salmon. I think there was one more in that, Todd. I think I've got only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Right, all good, all clear.
Darley lead by 52 points at the final change. Guys, a break, and then we'll be back with the final quarter action and an update scores from around the grounds in BFNL action. Welcome back to Darley Park ahead of the final quarter action in this local derby here. So the Cobras got within 10 points at the 9-minute mark of that third term. The Devils extended. And a late goal to Owen reduced the margin to 52. We've got a yellow footy in hand. They've been listening to us during the week, Fridge. We've got a ball up. Darley kicked to the right of screen. Gertz won that tap. And he has a party's gone into the middle. Fed it by hand to Tanner. And he went wide, looking there towards Myers. Presented in front, couldn't hang on. Was stolen by Adam Azzopardi. The handballing's been good today. English dropped it. Umpire called play on. His second effort and pressure was good. And Gates was on the bottom of it. Couldn't deny his intent either. We'll get a ball up 30 metres away from the Darley goal. Gertz won that tap. Bewley stole it. Fed it by hand to Myers. Couldn't get, didn't sit up for him. He kicked 6 today, Myers, and we'll get a ball up 15 metres away from the Darley goal. So it'll be interesting to see what Gertz does here, given he's likely to win the tap, so he does the big thump.
Hallelujah.
Only as far as Johnson, sidestep, now a squaring ball towards Tanner. He should have hung on to that, Tanner. He had a bit of it. Now he's in trouble. He's going to get pinged out. We'll get a ball up 15 metres away from the Darley goal. Opportunity gone begging there for Tanner. There wasn't a great deal of body contact for him aerially. Gertz again, won the tap. He came broadcast side this time. Johnson around the body. I think he likes it.
It's a goal.
Umpire agrees. And Darley get the first inside the opening 90 seconds of the final term.
That's not us, it's just class. Toddy. And this side is full of class. And the way they use the footy, by hand and foot, the way they link up, it's an all-round performance. And by geez, Bacchus Marsh have got a lot of work to do.
So the Devils validating their dominance over the last 12 months, marching on towards a 23-game run unbeaten, and it's going to end up in convincing style with Parente off the ground. He's been a big loss in the last quarter for the Cobras. Now, Bewley's been terrific. Hine, so too he. Fed it by hand to Andy Azzopardi. Back to Hine, ran through the middle of the ground. Johnson. And a perfect example, Fridge, validating your observation of the Devils' ball use. And he'll kick it to an unmarked Tanner, who gets to mark this one on the chest, and a chance to go back and kick his fourth of the afternoon. Now, that'd be an excellent return for Tanner. And they run to the right areas too, don't they? They've created an opportunity here directly in front.
Well, it's the way they're drilled, Todd.
Yep.
Dan Jordan's just got...
Well, he sat back on the kick there and never really looked like it, even though we're side on here. Just the technique. And a let off for the Cobras. And there's a thumping kick from Griffiths. Well, Owen spoiled his teammate in the end. Morgan should be disappointed with that. Hine got the crumb, sent it forward. They're queuing up here, the Devils. Tanner needs to be clever. Got it to Myers. Took on the tackle of Gates. Now he'll dribble the ball forward. But too long, said the umpire.
Holding the ball.
So he's been under the pump a lot, Gates, in this second half, but he's really tried hard.
Yeah, look.
And he fed the ball by hand to Milburn, who clears towards Gertz, who should mark this. But Duncan, the second effort, and it was a good effort there from Gertz, but Duncan Cabin claiming he got first fist on it, but that'll be just about the end of his challenge. quick to just put it behind him and move on. Good use of the body by Huxtable if he can keep it in. Kick for the outside of the right boot. Ricochets off Matty Brett over the line out of bounds. We're going to throw in half forward. Broadcast side for the Cobras.
It's not the effort that's the concern with Bacchus Marsh. They're having a crack, but it's just the skill level and the polish. They have not got it.
Boundary throw in here. Darley with the only goal of the opening term. Throw in. Gertz fought tirelessly in the ruck today. Over the back only as far as Joel Cadman, who went to Baker. He can just chip this one over the top. The kick was good and found Andy as a party. Got the overlap to Edwards. They're getting plenty of overlap in the last 20 minutes. The Devils, they've taken another bounce. Chase was earnest. Forward. Myers, use of the body. Umpire call, play on. Ground ball opportunity. And Darley forwards just putting the pressure on Sam Griffiths, who did well with the ball security to square away a stoppage 30 metres away from the Darley goal. Ballarat out to a 50-point lead over the Lakers. Melton leads Sunbury by 16. Gertz just dropped it at his feet to Milburn. Hand pass to Griffiths, gave it back to Milburn. He had Vesti on the outside, but went to Hine, who played on, went by hand to Inglis, went back to Matricati. Adam has a party from the side. Good ball from Griffiths. Loose ball opportunity, chance for Hine. He can finish off his good work with a dribbling goal. He's had an excellent start to this final term, Hind. He hasn't given the Cobras anything at all. He's been relentless. And he gets another goal for the Devils.
Well, that just shows the class that rises to the top. You see him grab that one hand and just dribble that through.
Diverting momentarily, it was good to see Drew Petrie, the future interleague coach of the BFNL, up here in the social club, just meeting the few of the locals, Fridge.
Yeah, and casting his eyes over some of the players that will possibly come out of these two sides to play in that under-23 competition, Todd.
Yeah, and plenty of those from the Marsh last year were featured prominently and are all eligible again. So we're back at the restart. Duncan Cadman with the early jump. Gertz with the superior advantage. Loose ball opportunity. Duncan Cadman knocked it. Well, clean bowled Craig. Chance for Baker. Went back inboard by hand to Andy Asapati with the right boot. He had George to the outside, but went more direct. In the Myers direction, he had a bit of it, has the recovery. It was sublime, but the finish was better. Oh. Myers has got 7. He's pretty happy with himself. He's got the bow and arrow out. And Darley get another. And a bit of cream rising to the top with Myers. He's had a super second half, Fridge.
Oh, well, you look at those players that are featuring every week, week in, week out. Hind, Bewley, Myers. Where have they come from, Todd? Where they just haven't come from some local rubbish mob. They've come from the absolute cream, playing with the best. So, yeah, done their homework and recruited the best players, and it's proof in the pudding.
Back at the restart, Gertz won the tap. Baker at ground level. Holds the ball in. We'll get a ball up. Restart. Gertz, good use of the body. Thumped it towards half forward. Owen came off. Couldn't quite gather cleanly. It's a bit of shine on the ball. I don't know whether it's due or the light, Fridge, or a combination of the both.
What are you meaning? Jake's head or the ball?
The footy. Ball up. Tap one by Gertz. Bewley been super. Fed the ball by hand to space. Finlay didn't quite bend cleanly enough. It was a big ask, though, because the pressure was immense behind him. Tap to the advantage of Duncan Cadman. Only went as far as Gates with a high up and under kick. He was hopeful rather than anything else. It was cut off there by Matricati, who just goes backwards with the 45 kick to Lahoure, who keeps the pattern of play with another 45 towards White, who just drives the ball long to a one-on-one.
Push.
It was Salmon and Inglis foot race on here. Gertz has got to do the ground ball work here. Somehow Inglis knocked it away from the big fella. Fed it by hand to Anthony as a party. Cobras look to be going up and down to the one spot. Here comes Rob Johnson from the back. It was good intent from Gates in front. Second effort good too. He's a tired little player there, Gates, at the moment. He's 40 gut out up against the odds as Vesti fed it back by hand to Finlay, who gave it to Craig, who can steady the ship with some good ball use to Canning.
Tried really hard, Gates. Really, really hard.
And the short kick from Canning found Salmon.
See, this is where it stops.
So he goes along the line to a 2-on-1. And Gardner had a bit of the footy, but
Huxtable
a free
being
kick
held off
against
the
White
ball.
on Huxtable. And he'll take the resultant free kick. Now, look where Locke's calling for the ball. Freeman got it and fed it by hand. Milburn spent it before he had it. Now he gets a second effort, threw it away. Umpire call, play on. Morgan was clean. Fed it by hand to Nixon, who hand passed the ball into the middle of the ground to no one in particular. Turnover opportunity. Look out, George. Good pressure from Craig. Just time to release the footy. Freeman spent it before he had it for the Devils. Loose ball opportunity. Matricati there first for the Devils. Grand ball, wanted to hold, denying, umpire call, play on. Matricati through traffic. Got it to Matthew Brett with a sweeping hand pass. Ashton Craig looks a bit sore. Fridge on half back there for the Cobras.
He's copped a knock there, Todd. I think it's to the shin or... Yep.
Darley lead by 71 points. We've kicked 11 of the last 12 goals of the game.
Shoulder.
Well, he'll still well and truly be my best for the Cobras today, Fridge.
Absolutely.
Tap, well, we give that one to Freeman. Grand ball opportunity for Duncan Cabin. Couldn't quite steal the footy. Matricati could in the end, but it knocked away from him. Good application from both sides, and we'll square away a stoppage and we'll get a ball up.
So how many times have you seen today that the Marsh get the footy in handball and handball to an open space? That's what I mean about the skill level.
Ball up. Freeman did well. Grabbed it out of the ruck for the Cobras. Threw ball on the boot. Got it towards half forward. It was a good effort there by Lahure to deny Gertz. Tackle there from Huxtable was high. And Jones will get the free kick. He'll just fire the hand pass out to Bewley. Rare error there from the Devils captain. Was turnover by Shea, who got it to Salmon.
That's better.
Who just went short and hit up Locke, who's too far out to score. So he goes long to a dangerous area. Gertz the fly, had a couple to beat. Grand ball opportunity, got it to ground, but the Devils had the numbers through Bewley. Who got it to Matricati, continued the pattern of play to the outer centre wing. Nixon with the defensive spoil on George. Found the safety of the boundary line and we'll get a boundary throw-in. Gee, I'm pretty happy we're not calling night games this year, Fridge, down here in the east.
I'll be in bed, so it won't worry me.
Tick over 11 minutes gone, final term. Darley by 71. Throw in at the nightclub on downstairs. Freeman, good use of the body again in the ruck. Kick with the outside of the right boot. Been cut off there by Joel Cabin.
Bit of doof under 18s.
That's it.
Getting that testosterone going and eating those gravy and chips.
Yeah, so Joel Cabin fires the ball towards half forward. Ground ball opportunity here for Nixon. Fed it by hand, got the overlap to Shea, and was able to run onto the footy. Sent it towards half forward. Gardner got an important fist on it for the Devils. Ground ball opportunity. They'll get it back here from Joel Cabin to Gardner. And a wheel and go from Duncan Cabin in the middle of the ground to Adam Azzopardi with a nice blind turn around Trousdale. And he went long and direct. Myers got knocked off the footy. Owen pushing back. Sammy Griffiths looks a bit sore on the ground. He hasn't moved after that. The knock from Owen onto Myers was cannon into Griffiths and he hasn't moved at all. Freeman did well. Fed it by hand to Milburn. Along the line, the kick was good and found Nixon. He too goes along the line to a one-on-one. Salmon, use of the body, but here come the reinforcements to the Devils through Gardner and the boundary line. And we'll get a boundary throw-in. Darley 128, lead Bacchus Marsh 57. Fair Nick and that scoreboard standing out like a booze bus at the moment, Fridge.
Good call, Todd.
Boundary throw-in. It'll be Freeman and Duncan Cabin. Duncan Cabin won on the tap on that occasion, but Nixon was in the right place and he read it well and set it forward. Bouncing ball in the direction of Gertz and give him an opportunity aerially. Close up against the boundary line. And it finds its way over. We'll get a boundary throw in 40 metres away from the Cobra goal. Oh, the sting's gone out of this game now, Fridge. Blow the siren and...
No, let him get a bit more fitness for next week.
Yeah, fair enough. Last thing we want to do is see any injuries. I mean, Griffiths is on the limp. Parente looks sore with that hamstring.
There's some blokes walking past the concourse that are walking better than some of these players. and they're in their 60s.
With gout. Ground ball. And we'll get a restart. So behind the glass here at Darley Park, I'm starting to get a reflection of the window through the binoculars. But, yeah, certainly no sympathy for me, just the players at the moment, because it's been a very hard-fought local derby. Baker onto the right boot. Tumbling ball forward. Opportunity for the Devils to go forward again through Inglis. Fed the ball by hand. George just needs to sit up for him, and it did. He could go by hand to Gardner, but he'll back in his foot skills, and he hit Matthew Brett Laces out in the middle of the ground. Onto the left boot, has that perfectly weighted kick to Bewley. And he'll go back, suck some time off the clock, and he'll have a shot on goal, Bewley, after he kicked arguably one of the contenders for goal of the year in that first term. Fridge, he got a chance to kick his second.
Yes, one of the better solo performances I've witnessed for a long time.
So Bewley, will he get the journey? No, he won't, but Myers will mark the ball on the goal line. Play on and put through goal, number 8.
And cramped up. He's got leather poisoning of the foot. He's got gout in the foot because he's kicked the footy that many times and that many goals today.
Yeah. Yeah, so Myers with 8. He's been a headache for the Cobras forward all day, and even Owen's gone behind the footy just to minimise the damage. It's a big ask. Nice, quality player, informed player, and Jordan spoke about the work that he'd done in the off-season.
Yep, and that's the difference.
Yeah, even the elite players are,
they got
are doing more work than everyone else.
Got to do it.
77-point lead of the Devils. Back at the restart. Ball up. Tap one by Gertz. McKercher. Hurry kick forward there by Adam Azzopardi. Brett Gather was terrific. Fed the ball by hand to Harley Inglis. How's the finish from Inglis? He loves a goal. Does he get the journey? Yes, he does. 22 goals, 8 Darley, 140. Lead Bacchus Marsh 9-3-57. And all of a sudden it's 83 points.
Yeah, it's just been a blowout. And, you know, to think that the Marsh got within 10 points and now the difference is 83 points.
Yeah, they've kicked 13 of the last 14 goals, Fridge.
Yeah. Yes. Unanswered. Just a footy lesson to the Bacchus Marsh boys, and I did mention 2 weeks ago if they could win these next 2 games, they'd have arrived, but they haven't arrived. They've still got a lot of work to do.
Tap one by Gertz. Went the big thump towards half forward. Hind was gathered and tackled well, but not without prior opportunity, said the umpire, and we'll get a ball up on half forward.
And I know, Todd, that 6 are missing out of the side, but them 6 ain't going to make the difference of today. Skill level was just too high with the Marsh, with Darley. Way too good.
Freeman somehow won that tap out. And Shea will get the resultant free kick at ground level, and he wasted no time. Sent the ball forward. Who's at ground level? Well, the Devils are through Jones, who lowered the eyes and went wide to Matt Riccardi. They've been better out of defence today, Fridge, the Devils, haven't they? And Bewley just took them on.
Absolutely.
And turned it over. Rarely a thing for the Darley captain as McKercher got at the Nixon. It was an ambitious hand pass over the shoulder. And they'll get the turnover again through Matthew Brett to Bewley, who went forward. Good pressure at the back shown by Milburn on George. They get an outnumber the Cobras, so they should be able to work it out as Milburn's kick. Well, it went one bounce towards Trousdale and went out of bounds, so it'll be another turnover.
Story of the day.
So Matthew Brett just tips it short to Bewley. So Bewley, he would have nearly had 50 today. Left foot kick wide to the pocket. Joel Cadman presents. It was a tight attempt. Freeman's kept trying, picked up the ground ball cleanly, fed it to Huxtable, he got it to Owen. Went to a dangerous area, Vesti, and Andy Azzopardi has stolen it.
There you go.
And he plays on, and he'll have to come back over the mark. And Andy Azzopardi will have a chance to kick his first of the day, is it, Fridge?
Yes.
You know, we've done...
Brother Adam has kicked a goal, Todd.
They've turned the lights on out there We can't see a thing in here.
Well,
Can we turn the lights on? So Andy has a party to kick the Devils 23rd of the afternoon. Makes no mistake. And he's on the board. He gets his first. And it's been a bit of a procession from the 9-minute mark of the third term until the 19-minute mark of the final term.
Well,
Darley have booted 14 of the last 15 goals.
It's unbelievable how the Marsh could get within 10 points and then not roll over, but actually just surrender.
Well, we've been able to see firsthand the experience, the value of what Parente brings to this group. I know he wouldn't have been able to stall the separation here, but he's such an important player through that midfield with his two-way running. Ball up, tap one by Gertz, ground ball opportunity. Baker's intent on the footy was good. Tried to hunt the footy. Was taken away there by Tanner. Went with the left-hand hand pass to Joel Cadman. Stolen by Gertz, the big fella. Off the side of the boot, wide of the pocket. Lahoure, Freeman, ground ball opportunity picked up by Freeman. Good tackle pressure there from Lahoure. And ping for holding the ball.
Interesting, Todd.
So Lahoure gets the ball towards halfback. Be nice if we could get some ball on broadcast side fridge as Matricardi keeps the pattern of play going towards Matthew Brett, who marks in front of Owen and goes with the left boot towards Johnson. Just spilled out of the bread basket and rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. Just under the scoreboard here at Darley Park that sees Darley lead by 89 points as ticking a time on. So the last 2 weeks, Bacchus Marsh have had 15 scoring shots in each game. Today, the 12 throw-in. Tap one by Gertz. Ground ball. Shark there by Bewley in the end. Matricardi. Sweeping hand pass to George, who goes long. Owen goes the defensive spoil. Played the percentages. Gathered there by Bewley. Good pressure from the Cobras. Somehow he managed to manufacture a hand pass back to Joel Cadman. Duncan Cadman's kick was intercepted there by Huxtable, who got it to Nixon. His kick was smothered. Players haven't given up the intent. Matricardi, kick over the shoulder, hopeful. Good spoil on the footy there by Milburn. His second effort attack on the footy was good, and his gather was clean. He released the ball, though. Not out of trouble yet, the Cobras. Bending there was Morgan. Wasn't pushed. Shea pushed forward. Doesn't mind the flop forward, does Tyson. And he wasn't afforded the free kick on that occasion by the umpire. We'll get a ball up on half forward out of side for the Devils.
I'm glad you can see what's going on over there.
Oh, mate, it's a big effort.
Because I can't see anything.
It's a huge effort. Ball up. Tap one by Freeman again. He's had a good last quarter. Gathered there by Hind. Fed the ball by hand. Got it to the outside. You'll get it back here, Hind. He loves these. 49. Lowers the eyes and found Joel Cadman. And umpires paid the mark. That's Andy has a party, actually.
Ball went between his legs and on the ground. Seriously, please.
I don't know if Andy wants a haircut like Joel or Joel wants a haircut like Andy's, but just that floppity-doo-dah hairstyle they got going on, these two boys. From a distance and in the dark, mind you. That's
the only difference is the boots, Todd.
Yeah, well, it'd be handy if I could see those.
Lining up for his second.
He kicked a goal earlier. He kicked another one as a party and continued his strike rate of hitting the scoreboard for the Devils. And they closed to within a 100-point advantage after they led by 10. At the 9-minute mark of the third quarter, it's now 95. 24 goals, 8, 152 Darley lead. Bacchus Marsh 9, 357. No sign of Jordan parking Myers and Hind and
Why would you?
Bewley and Baker.
Why would you?
Someone needs a spell. We need a spell. Back in the middle of the ground. Ball up. Tap one there by Tanner. Off half forward came George. They ended up Bewley in the air, but ended up being the protector. As Bewley ran away, sent it forward to Matthew Brett. Took a nice grab in front of Owen. 55 metres out from goal. So, Matthew Brett, too far out to score, keeps it low, goes in the Edwards direction. Look out, Canning. Oh, that was too easy. Tanner, left foot kick smothered. Opportunity for Edwards. Spin it before he had it. Good heat on the footy there from Griffiths to apply the tackle. No prize, said the umpire for Edwards, so you give him the benefit of the doubt on the second attempt when he gathered cleanly. It's good pressure from Griffiths. Ball up. Freeman, something out of nothing. So too Owen, but couldn't get any gains. Hurried kick out of the congestion. It's just gone off to the right and through for a minor score. Darley's 9th behind, so they've been rewarded for their conversion. Fridge, 24-9, but they've been dealt a few favours. There have been 3 posters in that too.
Yeah, 3 posters, but
Freeman.
it's just an all-round complete performance after half-time, Todd.
So Freeman went short to Findlay. He'll go back to Griffiths. So he's asked to come back by the central umpire. Canning presents, but he'll go the longer option. He'll get some penetration on the kick. McKercher in front, took a nice grab. Well, he dropped it in the air, just relaxed the muscles. Shea just somehow came up with the footy.
It's just a warrior.
Loose ball. McKercher fed it by hand. Now got it to the outside to Canning, who went with the left boot. Good attack on the footy there by Zane Lahoure. Great pressure at the back from Gertz to square away a stoppage. Good even contest there from 2 Warriors. We'll get a ball up.
You never ever see Tyson Shea ever shirk a contest.
No.
He's just been, today once again, in and under.
Freeman won another tap. Bewley was held by one arm, but he was in possession, so the fair call by the umpire will get a ball up. "25 minutes gone, final turn, ball up. Freeman with another tap. Only as far as Baker, who got it to Joel Cabinet through traffic. He lowered the eyes and hit the target, namely Adam Azzopardi, who kept the pattern of play to the pocket. Tanner. Good pressure at the back there from Vesti. Off hands over the line, we'll get a boundary throw-in. Well, we're enjoying a couple of moments on the broadcast side under the lights in this final term, Fridge.
Yeah, no, it's good to see that they've come across this side because I've seen absolutely nothing on the other side, Todd.
Boundary throw in. Freeman grabbed it out of the ruck and then threw the ball onto the boot. Big high up and under kick. It did go the required though. Could spoil on the footy. George couldn't impact. Huxtable could. Just went with a territory gain. Penny.
Oh, Penny.
Nearly got tunnelled in the air. An umpire called play on. Bewley ended up being the recipient. Took on the would-be tackler and then falling to ground. He was able to do enough to get it to Matricardi, who got it to Hatcher above the shoelaces. He'll go backwards to Matricardi again. He'll go wide to the pocket. Diving attempt to mark by Inglis was denied, and they'll get away with it here. Only momentarily as Griffiths' kick towards half-back was did enough, and Morgan, who's done some good things after a late call-up. Plays on, goes wide to outer centre wing. Bouncing ball, it's not really going to quite get to the target on the full. It's going to make it difficult for Trousdale. Matricardi was up to the task, but he's got no support. Numbers should prevail here. Matricardi over the footy. The umpire will end up with it in the form of a stoppage and a ball up on centre wing outer side of the ground. Darley by 96, 27 and a half minutes gone. 15 of the last 16 goals to the Devils. Myers has 8. Tanner 4. Ball up. Hurried kick out of the congestion from Duncan. Cabman was a high up and under. Edwards the fly. Owen the spoil. Who got the crumb? Well, Harley Inglis did and sent it forward. Tanner at the back. Well, he got his hands on that one as well, but couldn't quite hang on. He did all the right things. And he was pushed as he kicked, but then Matthew Brett dropped a soda in the outfield.
He's seen a ghost, Toddy. He's seen a ghost.
Huxtable had a swing and a miss by foot. Picked up there by Nixon. Searching hand pass was hopeful. Baker was strong in the contest. They got it back to Devils to Azzopardi. Speaking of Andy on this occasion, went by hand. Kick deep forward to the top of the goal square. Has been cut off there by Gates. And Gates will rebound for the Cobras with a short kick to Finlay. They can work it out here, the Cobras. Finlay's more often wanted to go lateral, but he'll go forward on this occasion to Canning. He'll call for it back the other way, but he'll go to Gates. So they've really pressed up the Devils' front half to keep it in that space. It was a good stretch from Edwards. Can he make them pay? Well, he took on the tackle of Vesti, and now he's going to get pinged. That's a good effort just to get a hand on it in the end. And
Yeah, good intercept.
so Vesti will go short. Don't tell me. Tanner from the side, rush behind.
Yeah. Anyway,
97-point margin, and Griffiths looks like he's cramping up a bit. Hope he's okay. That's Finlay, in fact. There's the long bomb to the outer half back line for the Cobras. There's a foot race on here. Now Duncan Cabin is quite happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw.
there's nothing wrong with doing that, Todd. Instead of trying to chip the ball into defensive 50, get it out long, okay, hit it over the boundary, create a stoppage. Reset again.
Boundary throwing will be Freeman and Duncan Cabin. They've had a good duel in the final term. That was a push on Freeman, but Cabin was the beneficiary. Sent it forward. The mark was taken there by Edwards. He'll kick from outside 50. Never easy late in a game. As we near the 30-minute mark of this final term here. And see it landing an inch from goal, but he'll go short of the pocket, and Andy has a party. Who's an excellent runner, Andy. Yeah. He runs all day.
Well, the whole side run all day, Todd. That's the thing. You know, that's just not one.
Yeah,
it's,
right.
It's the whole 18 that are out there. They just run, and run. The whole game.
But he could have sat on his haunches there, everybody, and watch Edwards have a shot and fall a metre short. But he got some space and he got some reward. And Andy Azzopardi gets his third with a clever snap. And Darley lead by 104 points.
Lucky I got a 4-pen ink because I've nearly run out of inks, Todd. I'm telling you. It's just been a complete class performance by the Darley Devils, and God help any of the sides that come up against them in the next few weeks, because this is the footy audit, because they are the side to beat.
Well said, Fridge. Validated on the scoreboard. 25-10, 160, Darley. The separation, 16 of the last 17 goals.
You've turned the light on here and it's made it worse.
Yeah, well, I give it a shot. But from here, it looks like you've gone to full back, Fridge. Ground ball opportunity. Shea, fed it by hand of Finlay, who got the overlap to Canning. Standing start. He'll turn it over.
There you go. It's just been happening time and time again today.
Yeah, well, we'll look at that turnover stat ahead of the Wednesday night episode of the Press. It'll be an interesting one at that, as the kick went forward by Tanner, who found Andy Azzopardi, who's full of beans. He looks like he could go around for another 4 quarters, Andy Azzopardi. He's kicked 3, and he goes forward in the Matthew Brett direction. Strong, couldn't quite hang on. George got the crumb, didn't get the support. Cobras have got numbers. That's a slow handball. Made it difficult for Owen. The pressure on the footy was good there from Cabin, albeit on Owen. Left foot kick there from Canning. McKercher went low, and he'll get the high. He was outnumbered there too, McKercher, and has just found a way.
Yeah, done a good job there. Fought really, really hard.
32 and a half minutes gone. Don't forget the under-19s coming on up after this. As the siren sounds to end the next chapter of the local derby between crosstown rivals Darley and Bacchus Marsh. Well, the billing lived up to the expectation for the best part of 2.5 quarters, Fridge, when Bacchus Marsh for a period kicked 5 of 6 goals to reduce the margin from 35 points back to 10. But then the Devils clicked into motion and piled on 16 of the next 17 goals of the game to end up winning by a monster 103 points. Fridge, we've said enough during the last quarter about where we think both sides are at. We got the Marsh with a handful of players out, but just the separation with the ball use and the pressure and the class, really. So we'll just get some goal scorers off you and some observations of your own before we bid a good night.
So for the victors, Darley, Billy Myers with 8, 3 players with 3 apiece, Johnson, Tanner and Andy Azzopardi. 2 to Grant Hatcher, singles to Hind, Younger Adam Azzopardi and Harley Inglis, and the mystery goal kicker, I put it down to Lockie George, but I might be wrong. And for the Marsh, 3 to Owen, and all singles to Craig, Parente, Nixon, Freeman, and Salmon. Well,
we'll just get a score from Ballarat and the Lakers. Ballarat running out convincing winners there. 101 to 44 is our update score. I anticipate that is final. So a monster win after overcoming a half-time deficit. The Swans have gone on to get it done, as many predicted. And we'll just wind that down and we'll get an update score in the Melton-Sunbury game before we bid you all a very good evening from a monster crowd here at Darley Park and a most entertaining game. Yeah, Melton 8-3-51 leads Sunbury 3-4-22. So the Bloods missing a handful of their own, but Sutton always chance to get them with no Sutton Sunbury fridge. But anyway, plenty more to play out there. We'll just hold the fort until we get the winners of the Greg Light and Laurie Wheelerham medal, and then we'll bid you all a twilight good evening and good night from Darley Park. All honours with the Devils. Cobras were gallant early for 2.5 quarters, but Devils too strong in the end.
Well, after 3, they didn't even register a score in that last quarter, Todd. So, you know, it just tells you that fitness-wise, yeah, I would have thought that the games that they've played, in the Melton game, they seem to be fit, but just this powerhouse of power running by the Darley Devils is just... It's exciting to watch.
Yeah, well, we saw some excitement from the Cobras in that standalone Good Friday game, but East Point just didn't bring that pressure that Darley put Bacchus Marsh under, or North Ballarat did last week. So from 32 scoring shots in that standalone Good Friday game, since then, although they did have a win over Melton, they had 15 shots that day and then 15 and 12. So they've got to improve on their connection.
And that's right. The connection going forward is just not there at the moment, and and you know why? It's because of the skill level. You know, there's no structure in that forward line with regards to, like Owen is the key forward. Okay, maybe the second is Freeman, but there is no connection as far as like you watch the Devils. Every time they went inside 50, they were always looking for someone to hit up.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
It just
and
wasn't
it was
a
their
kick.
keys as well.
Yeah. It just wasn't a kick in the air and just let's hope, because you can't hope in this competition, and that's what I say. They are way off, and you can bring the pigs from the sky and tell me that there's 6 players missing, but 6 players wouldn't have made a difference in that side today.
All right, there the comments from Fridge Freeman post the local derby honours again with the Devils. They continue on their winning way, their 23rd in a row against the competition, and they'll go pretty close next week to making it 24 when they take on the Lakers.
It'll be interesting to see the stats. Bewley and Hind, if they collectively didn't have 80 maybe plus between the two of them, and that's 2 players on the side.
Well, we'll revisit that 80-plus tip. I don't think you're going to be far away. So we just wait on the presentation from President Grant White of the medals.
Well, the Marsh have got good tryers, but they just haven't got polish. And that's the thing. Yeah. They ain't got the polish.
Yeah. Yeah, all the players had moments during the game, but...
Yeah, moments when you're kicking... in your defensive 50, missing targets, allowing players to intercept the footy. It happened on 3 or 4 occasions. I know they're trying something, but it's not working like that.
So the winner of the Laurie Wheelerham medal was young Morgan, who ended up as the best player for the Cobras.
He had some good moments in the game too.
Yeah, he was the last man in. He did well. And Billy Myers has won the award for the Greg Light medal for his 8 goals. Billy could fancy himself a little bit stiff, but that's okay.
That's okay, but he was on the end of some very, very good delivery.
Yeah, that's right.
The forwards can kick all the goals, but the blokes up the field are the ones that are getting it to them, and when they deliver like that, well, Makes it a lot easier.
Guys, the game was entertaining, but the result in the end convincing. Darley, too good for the Cobras in the end here at Darley Park. They're won by 104 points. Billy Myers gets the medal for the Devils with his 8 goals, whilst young Morgan Angus Morgan for the Cobras walks away with the Laurie Wheelerhan medal. So a great little reward for effort, being the last man in with the withdrawal of Will Lawler.
You know, and he's possibly playing his first senior game, Todd. And
Great effort.
Well, what a hat you can hang your hat on to say, well, I've won a Wheelerhan medal.
Yeah, well, congratulations to the Devils. Cobras will find some positives out of that in the first 2 and a bit quarters, but plenty to work on in the latter.
Get back to training and start using the footy a bit better than what they are.
Devils too good at Darley Park. They've got it out of the local derby by 104 points. We trust that you enjoy your Anzac Day weekend wherever you choose to spend it. But if you get a chance to get to some local footy tomorrow, head to Mars Stadium. North Ballarat host East Point. If not, catch the action live via the FNL Match Centre from 2 p.m.
Forward and he plays on quickly, goes inside 50. Pack will fly. Darley with the numbers back. Good spoil. They're at the back off the ground. Comes back to Joyce. His companions. Did it clip the post?
What a goal.
We don't have a hug up for us. There's no one. Goes on to that right boot and Ruckman Tom Brown has drifted forward. He plays on quickly, snap towards goal. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's rolling. He hasn't, has he? He has, Tom Brown.